Hi, g'day, hello.
Oh shit, we're live. Okay.
Hey, what's up, hello?
Are we muted? Though is the question.
Yeah, can
Is
anybody
Is
hear
the
us?
sound
Else could be-
working?
Definitely
Real
not.
law rights, not the law rights, just law rights.
I will mute all of you. Yes, we are the law rights. There's a the in it. Contrary to the link that I put up in our own fucking Discord.
Fucking idiot.
Which makes me, I guess, just Methian, not Promethean at all. Because not only did I do that, but I also initiated tonight's stream with
It's Promethean with an
just
O in
our
it.
faces chatting before we were ready
There's
to
no
do the
zero,
thing.
There's a
it's
big
just
L
an
in it.
O.
Anyway, hi, good evening, welcome. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Before we do that, I would like each and every one of my amazing, wonderful, and hot as fuck players to introduce themselves.
Where are they?
And not only introduce
Yeah,
yourselves,
what are you
but
talking about?
also give us a little nugget of information about your character in the Sword of the Skulls campaign, please. Starting with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Hamish.
Hey, I'm Ash, or Ash Makes Stuff. I'm playing Lilith, who's a tiefling cleric, super tall, super... She's got some attitude things going on, shall we say. In regards to nuggets, you're just going to have to watch to find out. But I also am over on Split the Party for Barovia. What we do in Barovia Tuesdays, 10 a.m. AEST, and also go and check out my Ko-fi because only you can buy all the amazing things that I make, like the Netherstones.
Wow. Ash.
Hi, I'm Jeannie. Hi, I'm a writer and I'm an author and a cosplayer. I am playing Kaori Balarin. I didn't get a pronunciation guide. She is a pirate and also a wild magic sorcerer. She has a pet monkey named Zephyr, who is amazing. She really likes fire. You can also find me, over at Hexes and Vexes doing stuff. And, around. You can follow me on socials at X Genie EX underscore. Is there an underscore? No underscore? X Genie EX.
Sounds like someone played themselves. MVCDM.
Hi, I'm Ham. In this campaign, I'm playing Sal, the Hobgoblin. I'm using the talent class from MCDM, so something a little bit different. I'm also the official Glaze Lord for the Radiant Shadows campaign over on Meeples and Dragons. Sometimes I play cute little kitty cat games over on my own channel. I'm also going to be at PAX Oz doing a bunch of cool stuff, so you should totally come and say hi. I love giving out hugs and tender little forehead kisses.
If you could rizz yourself up even once, as well as you just did for Ham, ever, that would be amazing. Thank you. Hey, Saz.
Hey, hi, I'm that NVCDM, which is what I am on most socials, and I play Vermilion, who is a jack of all trades and master of none.
Marvelous. Emily.
Hi, my name is Saz, Saz the Maple. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me. And I am the Maples part of Maples and Dragons. You can find everything for your TTRPG wares and desk accessories over on Maples and Dragons. Also, I produce the Radiant Shadows campaign, and it's really fucking excellent. You'll actually see it live in action at PAX, so you should come and check it out. But also, I am doing Cursed D&D trivia at PAX. You should definitely come and check that out. But also, I'm playing in what we do in Barovia on Split the Party TV. You should come and check that out every Tuesday. But today, I'm playing Tiny Wing, who is a little fairy that, definitely has the best fist bump reputation in this campaign thus far.
That is factual. Thank you. Jeannie.
Hi, I'm Emily. I normally try and talk shit about myself, but I'm one of the coolest fucking people in the world, so I just have to point that out. I have this really awesome channel going called Hexes and Vexes that just hit affiliate, which is exciting. So, praise me for that because, let's go. I am playing Malia, and she is a rogue. She likes biting and stabbing things, and everyone that she loves is dead. So
Wow,
That's
incredible.
right. Your whole family's dead.
Amazingly, once again, I am Promethean, and this is the shit that I have to fucking put up with.
Hey,
Amazing.
I can do this for you. Hey, my name is Promethean. There's a 0 in it. I'm a
Just
pro
Methian
gamer. But today I'm not a pro. I'm just a Methian. And I'm gonna GM tonight.
I'm going to be hurting
and-
these cats.
And when I'm not, I'm gonna like be behind the scenes, but with like my head poking up like this during Pirates if Ash's internet drops out.
It will, inevitably. Hey viewers, for anyone who's confused, Pro went out for a dart like 10 minutes before we went live, and we were just like, guys, do you want to play prank on Promethean? Let's introduce ourselves as each other.
Truly,
And then-
every stream starts with us being like, how can we prank Pro today?
Actually, fuck with Promethean.
Yeah, well, you know, that
He's got
couldn't
most of
possibly
the letters of
backfire
prank
on
in his
any of
name.
you.
So
That's true. Hey, what we're going to do real quick is, I guess, a little recap of the last session.
Wait, we play this game?
We
There's a game we play?
do actually play this game. Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's correct.
License slander.
Hold on, before we do that, can we just all group acknowledge that it's Saz's birthday?
Hooray!
Yes,
Yay!
happy birthday,
Birthday,
Sam,
Saz,
we love you.
birthday.
we can, but I'm uncomfortable with that being in any form of writing that could be later used by
Promethean,
identity thieves.
Sing.
Happy birthday
No.
to
No.
you.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Wow.
There's something so intensely uncomfortable about like having to sit there while people unblinkingly sing at you.
Mhm.
Like I hate
Mhm.
the
Agreed.
birthday songs
Yeah.
so much.
If you want me to stare unblinkingly at you, that costs extra.
This is why bards are the coolest.
What are your rates?
Wow.
Wow.
Anyone else just
Excellent.
get
All
100?
right, Saz is here to play. Let's go. All right, we're going to do a little recap of last session, and then you lot are going to have an opportunity to shout out anything that I've missed in my fairly simple little bullet point recap. Shall we? Firstly, Lilith gifted Malia a sending stone. It's a rock. It creates the spell
Thanks, stuff.
sending. Vermilion was threatened by Sal's friendly interrogation of Malia, and I think that at some stage he's going to fight Sal because he thinks that he wants to be Malia's friend too much. Everyone other than Vermilion bathed. Tiny Wing did so in a gravy boat. Lilith attempted ascending, not via stone, to her auntie, who unfortunately had a terrible accent and didn't actually seem to recognize who Lilith was. Tiny Wing studied her magical book, in which the name Maragorn, who was once Velkior, mystically and magically appeared. She also later asked Ghaalkafir, or Velkior, an Emerald Dragon, to include his name in that book. Lilith had a moment of vulnerability in the bath, explaining to Malia that her mother is a high priestess of the Twilight Mother, her auntie is a seeress, and that she fears that the Oathrife's freedom has put them in danger. She told Malia that she will travel with the Varel, or the Instruments of Prophecy, some of which the party have acquired, in the hope of acquiring their power and opportunity to keep her family safe. Sal established that drying the monkey is a Feybogian euphemism. Vermilion stole food from literal orphans. Velkior,
do it again.
Velkior offered Malia a job to recover one of the Varel, the heart of the Haventree, which as a druid, Vermilion recognized as a naming convention common to sacred trees of some druid groves. The dragon then explained that the Scroll of Many Tongues, currently in the party's possession, is said to be able to provide insight into the names and nature of the remaining Varel, and that the hag Mud-Eye Maggie, as well as the high priestess of Lustia Dustave's mother, may be able to read it. At the mention of the scroll, Lilith attempted to read it for herself, and although she was able to successfully navigate the arcane traps binding the Scroll of Uncertain Providence, she was unable to glean anything of use from the scroll itself, as the words thereon twisted, shifted, and warped before her eyes.
It's not true. I read the word teapot.
Correct. And then the meaning of that word changed as you did so. It's a weird thing. This aptitude with the weave and Salazar's psychic acuity impressed Velkior. quite a great deal. He suggested to the hobgoblin that he may have a connection to the Elan, an ancient empire built by beings of incredible psychic power. He tells Sal that should the heart of the Haventree be returned, he can facilitate a meeting with the reclusive priests of Aelior, who he suggested may be able to help Sal understand his gift. The party then spent some time mending a wagon Malia had negotiated to be gifted from Velkior, and Vermilion wild-shaped into a giant hog to pull it to their next destination. And we rejoin the party as they trundle away from Velkior's home for wayward children and off into the world. What is it? I freaked out that was some kind of stinging creature. It's not. It's just some weird fly. As they trundle off into the realms of Sonder, free at last from the orphanage. Now, I'll point out a couple of things. So, firstly, we're going to do some weird shit tonight. The first of those is a little twist on inspiration. So, a bunch of you have inspiration. I don't know if you're aware of it. Those of you whose character sheets I have access to, hint, hint to the others.
Who are you calling out here?
No one. No one at all. May note that you have inspiration.
This sounds like shade, and I don't.
It's
Is it
not
me?
shade.
Did I send you mine? Oh,
One
shit.
of the ways in which you'll be able to use inspiration is essentially
That's the Promethean sound.
Yeah, that's right. I have a sound. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That makes me real happy.
And then there's anonymous mouth noises, which are like.
Great, thank you for that impression of me. It was really good. I appreciate it. One of the ways that you'll be able to use inspiration is to effectively ask for an opportunity to retcon something in after it's already been said and done. A good example that we won't actually make Ash use it for this time, but following the departure from the orphanage, Ash asked a question about having potentially acquired a map from Velkior that may be of some use to the party at some stage. That would be a great example of how you could then burn that inspiration rather than using it for a reroll as you would otherwise do. It's entirely stolen from Ben of Dungeons and Doctorates' Kobold Capers, which in turn was entirely stolen from, I want to say, Blades in the Dark. I believe is where
AKA
he picked that
the
from.
creator of
There is
Kids
a-
Are Fucking Murdering.
Correct.
Correct.
Kids are fucking murdering. So, you're on your way out.
Do we have a map? Or
yeah,
do
you've
I have
got a
to...
map. Do you need to see it in actual real life? No.
No, I mean
Wow.
like a kind of more local map than a world. Like obviously
I'm
we
going
have
to
a
get
world
you
map.
to roll for me, please, Ash, as part of that. Roll me a D12 real quick.
A D12. Jesus, I don't have those prepared, dude. I don't know what that looks like.
That's why I asked you
That's-
to roll that one.
That's
Looks
the
like a
soccer ball,
12-sided
right?
dice.
Anonymous hog noises.
That's a 5.
A 5. Excellent. The specific map that you have been given is, in fact, mostly created by children as a learning exercise. So it's pretty much made of crayon.
Okay, cool. I want a physical representation of it in the Discord, please.
Sure, that'll happen after I find some crayons.
Now, please.
But broadly speaking, ask me about geographical stuff over the course of this session, and you will receive an answer as though you had gleaned it from that very map. What you initially find is it gives you the direction to the Feybog pretty easily, which Sal and Tiny Wing, the two of you, are very innately familiar with, having just come from that direction anyway. If that is in fact the direction you choose to go, it's not the only place that you can go. There are options. Discuss.
Which direction are we going to go?
Anonymous hog noises.
Wow.
Do we know what direction we should be heading in to assist Malia
Mm-hmm.
with her little job?
Correct, yes. So that'll be back the way that you and Sal originally traveled from, back towards the Feybog. So the two of you will have met just kind of southeast of where the Feybog is located.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so Sal would be aware of an individual. I can't remember if I mentioned this last time or not. Is it Lurit? Lurit is a dwarf who him and his people have encountered once or twice, who trades with Mud-Eye Maggie. And that's where he's kind of got a vague inkling of where the hag potentially is. And so would happily provide that information to the party.
Yeah, just kind of like a rough indication on Lilith's crayon
somewhere.
map.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. If you...
Unless we've got anywhere else that we want to be going or not going.
Wow, you're all so excited to get out of this place. Amazing.
Yeah, wow.
Truly so excited to get away from any sort of idea of a doll that might kill us.
I'm just here to explore. Let's go.
I feel like NBC missed their cue on that, but that's amazing. No, it was Ham who's got the thing. Okay, so in which case, how is Vermilion being directed by whomstever is steering this cart?
Don't remember who's steering it.
It's just me spanking the fucking hog.
Incredible.
So are we gonna get a recreation?
I've
of this
said it,
practice?
and for that reson, I'm committing to it.
Okay,
Is
great.
that an animal handling role or persuasion? I'm not.
In this case, we're going to make it an animal handling role.
Yeah,
Do I get
that's-
advantage because it's Vermilion?
Yeah, he's your best friend.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
The first one's a natural one. It's okay because the second one's a 12.
Cool. Hey,
In total.
Vermilion in giant hog form. How does a 12
You get a butt
Go for you.
smack.
a little butt smack?
I think it's one of those things where, you know, Vermilion would just like look around and be like, what? And then just kind of keep walking. Like it doesn't give any indication of which direction to go. You probably better get a better result of just like showing him the map and pointing to the place that you wanted to go.
Which I do,
Yeah, cool.
but immediately following I go,
So okay,
The
so
hog would
cool.
nod because it doesn't have fingers to point it at
So-
the eyes.
so Sal would come up to Malia and go like, is this how you lot travel regularly? Like, does he turn into a giant hog and pull you around?
I'm sorry, did you say you lot? As in, like, I barely know this guy.
Oh, I mean, the way like he's talked before is like you two are like the best friends on the entire planet. So I just assumed that you'd been like together for a long, long time.
Listen, darling, you know what they say about assuming?
It's a word that can be used in sentences if you're going to just try and put together pieces of information where maybe you don't know everything.
Not quite, but I guess along the same tangent is it makes an ass out of you and me. And for that reason, don't assume.
Right.
We.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so then,
That being said, if Vermilion turned around and said he didn't trust you, I likely wouldn't trust you either.
but does that mean you trust me now? Or does that mean that you don't trust me? And if he says don't trust me, you'd trust me even less.
There is a saying I live by.
You have a lot of sayings and stuff. Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry, keep going.
I'm sorry. Is that offensive to you? Like
No, not at
Okay.
all. I was just more. I suppose I was just. No, keep going. My apologies. I was rude to interrupt you.
there is a saying that I have lived by specifically since my brother died, and that is fuck around and find out.
We.
Pretty good saying.
I think that I can understand how that could be quite an interesting saying to use. Okay, cool. So are we now? is this like our little?
At this point in time,
is this the
you
fucking around?
At this point in time, you are benefiting my journey, and until you're not, you'll be here.
Oink.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Fair enough. I mean, I suppose like this could be a mutual thing. I mean, I'm getting something out of this as well. So, and who knows? Maybe down the track somewhere you and I.
I'm sorry, honey. I missed the point where I asked.
Oh, right. Okay. I didn't realize that you were going
If
to.
you'd
go
like
down.
to sit down
That-
and just enjoy the journey, I would like to do the same.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit uncomfortable being in a wagon that's being pulled by someone who was like not a giant hog before. But I
Would
suppose.
you prefer to pull it yourself? Because we can arrange that.
No, I would be happy to just walk, to be honest. There's no need to be quite so sort of sassy about the whole thing.
Okay, well, I think until that moment in time where you have to walk, you can just enjoy the journey. Because my friend is helping us out.
If at any point Sal gets out of the wagon to walk, I am going to bolt so fast.
So we'll stay in the wagon.
Excellent. And Trundle on you do. So the general direction to the Feybog will take you through the Jawbone Mountains towards the large town of Rivermeet, which Sal and Tinywing, the two of you, are aware there are quite a number of then branching roads north into the Feybog itself and the various towns around it. That journey all up is going to take several days to kind of get through the mountain passes, get close to Rivermeet, and then move on up into the Feybog. I think for the first part of the journey, we'll get Vermilion. Can you please roll me a survival check real quick?
Hell no! I mean, sure.
Guidance.
Sorry, we're going to the Fey what?
The
Feybog.
Feybog.
I just wanted to hear you say.
Also, yeah, I saw that in chat. Thank you. Also saw from Salt Queen that
Survival, you said.
Emily should be gifted inspiration for spanking the hog, and that has now been done. So well done.
What dice do I use for inspiration?
For Salt, I will spank the hog any day.
Wow. Inspiration we're just gonna do as a re-roll, I think.
Oh, sorry, no.
If required.
Sorry, guidance is for D4, isn't
Oh,
it?
D4, yes.
Beg your pardon. Yeah, thank you. Haha, 4. Get absolutely wrecked.
Doesn't help when you're rolling that one, though.
Correct. Well, no, I rolled an 18, plus my survival is +4, which is 22, plus 4 is 26. So
Nice.
Nice. Not only do you not wander off track in hog form or get distracted by truffles or whatever the fuck giant hogs eat,
Smaller hogs.
You're making fucking record time. You're deep into.
I don't want to hog the spot.
You're deep into the mountain pass from this part of the world through to cross the Jawbone Mountains pretty quickly, and navigate that area without too much trouble at all. And it will bring you just on the other side, I think, of the Jawbone Mountains. So they will be on your east of you as you come into your first night. Having set off pretty early, you've been traveling most of the day. You're probably a little bit puckered out. You can continue on if you like, but you will rack up exhaustion, Vermilion specifically, if you continue to travel. Night begins to fall.
I think Vermilion is probably just going to be on the lookout for somewhere that looks reasonably good to camp, because has no desire to walk through the entire night in hog form, and would very much like to take some normal bipedal time. And once such a place becomes apparent, or reasonably apparent, we'll just stop.
Brilliant.
Because cannot speak to anyone except to Oink. We.
That's actually
Is that a French oink?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's got a little beret on.
Emily, my love, you.
Oh, Oink.
I don't know why I'm muted, but wee.
Not in the
Grunt.
cart. Wait for.
I through this day, Pro, I would like to have. I still have the ledger from Velkior, and I would like to be looking like slowly, page by page, not the quick flip throughs that I've done before, but like actually properly reading this thing to try and find anything that sounds like it could reference the heart of the Haventree.
Okay.
Like whether that is like looking for references of like wooden hearts or wooden organs, or like just kind of.
Okay, we'll do it this way. If you're going to come up with a code word for the heart of the Haventree, what would it be?
Wooden blood giver.
Done. You find 2 references only.
Okay.
To the wooden blood drop. Next to initials that are quite clearly Malia's parents. And they're quite dated, so you think you've figured out at this stage the dating system that's associated with each of these entries as well, and they're quite early in the book. And then effectively there's no reference to either that item or her parents again.
What are those initials?
Great question.
I don't know them. Emily, what are Malia's parents' names?
How about you read it, you fucking heathen?
Wow.
R.I.P. and here lies.
I also say that because I believe Promethean invented the names of my parents.
He did, and he has them. I'll come back to you on that, Ash.
Cool.
All right.
And how long ago, based on the dating system?
How long ago, Emily, do we think that will have occurred?
My parents passing away? I would say I would have been... it would likely be about like 9 years.
There you go.
And probably about, like, if you want to like put it into comparison, probably about 2 years since my brother had passed.
Right, and the initials will be L and E R.
And you said there were 2 entries. How much time roughly between those entries based on the dates? Like, were they looking like separate years? Were they looking like same year, different months? Like, I know that you've said that there's going to be a Sundarian calendar at some point.
Yeah, totally will be.
You promised.
It's going to have really hot pics of someone in it. Probably.
Why?
I'm also a calendar model.
That's how calendars work, isn't it? I thought. It's my expectation. There's about 3 weeks between the 2 entries.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Marvelous. So Vermilion has pulled off the side of what looks to be a fairly well-maintained, almost kind of main road in this mountain pass area. You'll be surrounded to the east by these very kind of jagged looking dark rocks as they jut up into the sky. To the west you can see the land kind of drops off a ways, and you're all aware that that's essentially the direction that the Feybog will be in. Sort of northwest will be the direction that you'll be heading in the next day. Walk me through a little camp setup for you guys. It's your first night camping out together. What are we doing?
Well, first I'm going to turn back into me.
Incredible.
Just a truly sweaty Vermilion.
Excellent.
Hot.
We've all seen Vermilion without a shirt on. Confirmed hot.
Correct.
Just Vermilion has just a truly vicious V.
And I think with your previous survival check, you would fairly easily find a running water source in this area. So there's quite a few streams that come out of here. Kind of north of where you guys are, there's a lot of kind of mining activity through this mountain ridge in general.
Can I find like a slower water source so I don't have to catch it?
Sure.
Thanks.
That's okay.
So this has been fun. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, a thing that we missed from the recap was that Zephyr picked out a little flag for our cart.
Yeah, I was just
That's right,
literally
Zephyr
thinking the
did
exact
pick the
same
flag.
thing. There is a pirate flag on the cart.
Outstanding.
Correct.
Thank you for traveling great hog lines. Please disembark and make camp.
Well, I mean, so
No, Mike was
excuse me.
really off.
Is Emily trying to talk?
Emily was saying something, but her mic was not on.
Fucking hell.
There you go.
There she
There it
is.
is.
Listen, Vermilion, you probably need to calm down with like the please disembark and do the thing. Like, just chill the fuck out. It's gonna be okay. You're a rope inspector, you're a lawyer, we get it.
I wear a lot of
make it-
hats, yeah.
Just make the campfire and just chill the fuck out.
I'm gonna go cool off first. It's gonna go absolutely cool off in some sort of water source.
Brilliant.
There's the funny part is there's genuinely no water.
There is absolutely water sources, yes.
Lame.
Hey, sorry about it. You weren't listening when that was mentioned.
Hey, listen, I'm just
It's fine.
just trying to override you.
No.
Absolutely trying to override your authority. But I can
Which
absolutely.
we tried many times and failed, but it's fun.
But once that is done, I will absolutely use produce flame to light a fire.
Zephyr will also collect this stack of sticks and put it in a nice little pile.
Oh, that's adorable.
Wow, this monkey's more useful than Sal.
Sell we off to one side, like setting up a bedroll, and we'll kind of glance over at Vermilion. I'm sorry, what was that? What's the
Nothing.
monkey better at than I am?
Nothing, old timer. You just set up your little comfy chair or whatever you need, okay?
Old timer. I'm slightly confused. I'm not really that old at all. I mean,
Sal, I do have a question for you.
sure.
You're of the, and forgive me, I don't completely understand how this all works. In fact, I could likely direct this at you, Tiny Wing, and also Lilith. Like, I don't quite understand magic as a whole. So what are like, is there an origin or like a source for your magic that like fuels it? Is there something that like gifts it to you? Is it something that you were like innately born with? Did you learn it? Like, how does this work for the three of you?
Well, I mean, I think Kaori's shown like a bit of an aptitude for this kind of thing as well.
Oh yeah, but she's got her monkey, and I just would like to.
Is like the monkey magic, or is that?
No, I just think Kaori, I feel like, is self-explanatory. I don't think we need to.
Wait, this little guy is a monk?
What does that mean?
Okay, great. Kaori, this question applies to you also.
Oh no, I don't want to be included in the question though.
Okay, well, you are now because Cell has dragged you in. And for that reason, I'd like to know where all you kind of gain this knowledge from, because, you know, I know Vermilion enough to consider him my friend. I don't
Best
know.
friend.
Yep. I don't
See?
know any of you enough to put labels on you.
Hey, listen, this conversation sounds like it's going to take a little while, so I just wanted to check. Is everyone happy if I just cook? Like, you happy to eat what I
Sure.
make, or do you want to cook your own food?
No, you can cook. I
Cool.
trust you.
Hey, Lilith,
Hmm.
do you have any salt?
What a question. How much do you need?
Enough to season some food with.
I'm just gonna hold out a fistful of salt.
That's perfect, thank you.
Do you open your hand? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I drop a pile of salt in your hand and then just lick the rest off my own hand.
Wow, this is a lot of salt. I'm gonna find like a box or something for this. Thank you. Dinner will be ready in a little bit. I'll just be right here within earshot and able to continue participating, but I will also be cooking.
Baby girl, I asked that deliberately within earshot so that you could hear it, but
Oh no, I'm just saying, you can feel free to ignore me, or I can participate in the conversation, whichever you prefer. Yes,
Vermilion.
hello, hi, I'm Vermilion.
Yes, I'm aware, and I will let you
I was a
know
hog for a bit. Did you see that?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Was I impressed? Not really.
Okay.
But
You can pull the card if you like.
okay, honey, exposition is not always required, is what I will say.
That said, you all have been asked a question about the origin of your assorted magical aptitudes. Does anyone want to take a stab at answering that question first as Vermilion starts cooking up something salty?
I am absolutely not using that entire salt in it.
Thank
My
God.
God.
Use it, you coward. Use it. Give us cholesterol issues, please.
Tasty.
I'm more worried about your hydration levels, to be honest.
We're right next to a river. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Since we have to catch the water because it's running so fucking fast.
True. Salted pork. Yeah. Okay, so is anyone jumping forward to answer?
Like that.
Is anyone jumping forward to answer this question?
Hang on, I just have one quick question. If Vermilion were to wild shape and then carve off chunks of himself, because like functionally the damage is like gone when he if he cuts off a limb, when he turns back into Vermilion, he's got the limb again, right?
That raises a really interesting question.
I hate that.
It's so awful,
that so
but
much.
very interesting mechanically to ask.
I fucking hate that. As the vegetarian in the group in real life, I hate that question.
Could we have Vermilion loins for dinner all the time?
No.
You guys want to feast on my loins?
No, I do not, and I wish not to.
Look, I'm not ruling it out. And that's a fun conversation probably for another time, because fortunately Vermilion did steal truly so much food from orphans.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I have like
whose
7
magic came
things
from
of-
where?
Some delicious orphanos.
Kaori won't like jump to answer and speak up first,
Mm-hmm.
if that helps.
If any of you individually require in-world assistance, feel free to sing out, but otherwise go for it.
Well, I have a book, and that's all I know. I'm still learning. I don't know where my magic comes from.
So, like, did you pick up the book and it just taught you everything you know, or was there like someone along the way that guided you? Like, how did
It was a gift.
I'm curious.
It was a gift from my very first friend.
Who was your first friend?
Shit, I've forgotten. Quick.
I mean, like, you don't have to tell me if it's a source subject.
Do you want the
but-
name in the book, Sans?
Yeah, I've
That we were-
actually
yeah.
just lost it in my notes from last week.
So
Thank
that
you.
was the name that appeared was Maragorn, who was once Belcorith.
So you would have heard Velkior saying his old friend. His old friend is also my first friend. And we've spoken about him a few times. I can't remember if you were in earshot or not. So he gave me my book.
You know, likely paying 50% attention. But okay, so like when you received this book, did you just read it and like suddenly you're magical? Like how does that work?
I don't know. I read the book. I learn the things. It's a process. It's
Do you
not
have
like
to,
you don't
like-
like click your fingers and suddenly, hey presto, I can do magic.
Which is, you know, I assume it's more complex than that. But like because, you know, fighting, for example, you don't just like pick up a blade and know how to stab someone. You have to learn it.
You don't just pick up a rope and know how to inspect it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
get
that too.
I'm gonna get Vermilion,
Hey.
Salazlo, and Lilith to each roll an Arcana check, please.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
The intelligence-based check in this economy?
Yeah,
Hell
at
yeah,
disadvantage
that's
though,
efficiency.
because fuck the economy.
Yeah, that's a 7. Why do you fucking bother asking me this Arcana shit, intelligence-based shit? You know
The
it's
odd
not going to
chance it
work.
works.
It's a
No.
dirty 20.
Got a 14.
Okay, so both Sal and Vermilion, you will both be aware that in Tiny Wing's case, fairies typically are understood to exactly that, have a innate understanding of the nature of magic in general, and especially their own.
Actually, Malia, fairies kind of have an innate understanding of magic.
This fairy doesn't.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
I mean, typically.
but I'm not necessarily asking about the innate understanding. I'm trying to understand like Tiny Wing's life experience is what I'm actually trying to understand. It's cool that you just like picked up a book and understood. You didn't have to like practice or anything.
Huh? You have to practice.
Okay, cool. I think you and I probably have a lot in common then, aside from the like you do the magic thing and I do the stabby.
And I've got the really cool thing where I get to change form and go all crazy. It's fun.
Yeah, like I'll be real with you. I don't get scared, and you like I'd love to say that you scared me when you changed into that like form and stuff. I've seen some shit. So like I want to say you were like 70% there, like maybe just a little bit more, and I would have been there.
Maybe you could help me practice being a
Oh.
little bit more scary.
I don't consider myself scary. But I will say, for people that aren't me and don't have my life experience, like if you did that to Kaori or maybe Sal or Vermilion, you'd probably scare him.
I might practice this.
Yeah, like you should just say some really crazy cooked shit.
What?
I don't know, like I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
scared. I'm scared of Lilith.
Yeah, like I think the nature of fear, right, is that fear is subjective. It might not necessarily be the biggest, scariest thing that you can picture in your mind. It might be something innocent.
Like a jar?
It might be. Yeah. But it's understanding the intricacies of the person that you're dealing with. And once you understand them, you understand their fears and their hope. If you can play into their fears, if that's what you're trying to do, of course.
I'm just trying to learn to be brave because I spent most of my life scared. So
if I can tell you anything, that you can never not be scared. There is always going to be something in your life that scares you. It might be something small, it might be something big.
everything's bigger than me.
Not physically, but there will always be something that scares you. And that's not a self-reflection on you. That's not a weakness that you have. That is just a fact of existing on this material plane, is that there will always be something that scares you. You won't be able to shake it. You might be able to grow and change and manipulate it, but it will always exist. So it's understanding how to exist or coexist with that fear.
With this, Tiny's just going to like pull out her book and start making notes to refer back to later. Learning to be brave.
Which I can't teach you, by the way. That's a self-reflection piece. That's something you have to understand for yourself.
Noted.
The second you do, though, you'll be far stronger.
You're unstoppable.
Shut up, Vermilion.
Okay.
Anyone else want to expound on the nature of their magical selves? Fairy rhymes with scary. It does. You're right.
I will wait to see if Sal answers because not Lilith, Malia directed the question to him first.
Sal will just sort of listen to what Tiny Wing's saying, and then we'll pipe up. I mean, like, for me, it's something that, I mean, there's some sort of inherent stuff that I know, because like Tiny Wing, I'm also one of the Fae, but I mean, the rest of it's all stuff that I got taught. So, you know, it's magic. You have someone.
Taught by who? Like a mentor or like
a mentor, like a teacher. Like there was this old bullywog back at where I grew up who taught me how to do
Okay,
magic
so
and
like
stuff.
tell us more about that though.
What did you say, a bullywog?
A bullywog.
It's like
What's
a little
that?
frog. It's like a little frog guy.
Like a little kind of like, yeah, sure. That's one way to describe them.
I've never seen one of those.
He was super nice. I mean, he tried to sort of teach me various like tricks and stuff and little magical things.
Okay.
And you know, and I like I'm pretty smart, and so I picked up on a lot of that stuff. And that's really all I've got to say about it.
Was there a piece of advice you were given that sticks with you more than the rest?
I mean, are we talking like a general advice, or like don't blow something up if you're trying to do something?
It can be general advice, like sometimes what would be considered the most throwaway comment might be something that impacted you the most, and that's what I care about. What shaped you, Sal?
Well, I mean, I think probably one of the things that it was probably my father told me, which was the most powerful magic out there is trust.
Okay.
I know some people might think that's a little like silly or whimsical or anything like that, but I mean, trust's an awfully powerful thing to have, and it's something that people don't give out very easily often. And I feel like there's possibly people in this little group here who maybe are less inclined to trust than others, but it's something that's always stuck with me.
For the record, if I question you and I appear to not trust you, that's not always the case.
That's fine. I mean, if you trust me, you trust me. If you don't trust me, you don't trust me. I'm sure there's reasons for that, but you know, I think if we're going to be traveling together for any kind of period of time, I feel like you and I mean everybody else here, there's got to be a certain level of trust given, so that we know that, you know, amongst this small group anyway, we're safe. We can go to sleep at night and know that, you know, hopefully we'll all wake up in the morning. But I mean,
hope we do, for the record.
Yeah, so do I. But I mean, that's really all I've got to say on the whole matter of things.
I think
I must admit, I'm kind of curious as to what Lilith's got to say, because I mean, I'm really not sure where I'm kind of going with this. I don't really know Lilith from a bar of soap. No offense, Lilith.
Experience I had with Lilith, and I'll say this within earshot of Lilith, is, you know, when Vermilion and I were boarding the boat that we were supposed to board, and you know, we were trying to, you know, the schematics aren't really important, but you know, we're tasked with the thing. There was an enemy on board, and the first thing that I recall happening was feeling some sort of a way that I can't describe because I don't understand the magic. But I do understand not feeling like myself. Or like something's afflicting me. That's something I've trained for, right?
Right.
There was definitely some sort of a something cast on me. And
Actually, it was pushed in your. It was pushed in your direction. I had originally cast it on one of those.
Okay, honey,
beasties.
but you still cast it on me, and for that reason, I'm aware that you've had the magic. But I am curious as to where it came from because I think it's different to what both of these people have said.
Yes. I'm not pacted to anything. All of the magic I have ever used belonged to me the whole time. I was born into a powerful magical family, and it was expected of me. I had no choice but to learn.
So you're just born with the concept of being good at magic?
Not quite. I was born with magic in my blood. And through years and years of dedicated training, I got good at it. I cast my first...
know true about magic, and that absolutely tracks.
I cast my first spell when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, but where does your magic originate from? Is it
Me.
your family? Is it something you learned, or were you just born with it?
Oh.
So you just woke up one day and you could cast spells?
Yes. My little sister showed me that she could make flowers blossom in her hair.
You do have family.
I explained this to you earlier.
Oh, that's fine, but you're expanding on it now.
My little sister showed me that she could make a flower blossom.
And what was her name?
Valda.
Okay.
As I was saying, the third time, I guess third time's the charm, right? My little sister found that she could open flower buds, and then she told me how she did it, and I did the same thing. And it worked, like this. I'm just going to bloom flowers in my horns. And then we just spent the whole day running around making flower buds blossom everywhere. After which, my mother came to me and said that I had magic in my blood and that I had to learn how to wield it properly so that I don't end up a force of chaos. And I'm just going to look over at Kaori, give her a little side eye.
Okay, Ori.
Sorry, Ginny, I love you. And you know what I did? Just that. I learned,
I'm not
dedicated,
sure what you did,
and
but I'm
practiced.
sure you're gonna fucking tell us, Lilith, is what I'm gonna say.
Dale's gonna kind of like take a step backwards.
I will simply draw myself up to my full height and walk away.
Kaori.
And I will attempt to stop Lilith.
You can attempt.
I will attempt by just saying your name. I won't do anything further.
I'm gonna need a second dip in that river.
I think, given the events of the day, it will not work, and I will just walk away.
And if that's the case, I will be like, well, you can't say I didn't try. Kaori.
Hey, what's up?
Alrighty, I'm glad we had this conversation.
I don't know where my magic comes from. It's just this feeling that I get, and then it just like gets bigger, and then it just happens.
Okay,
I've seen that before.
Very safe.
It's like you're a conduit. Kind of like magic works through you a little bit.
I'll put out there, and I'll say this to the entire group. The reason I ask is it's likely we're going to be traveling together sometime. and not necessarily, the rest of our lives or anything crazy, but with our travel distance, there is going to be some time that we spend together. Understanding your magical origin helps me to understand what happens if you get under duress or stress or like anxiety or any of those things. It's not to stop you from doing it. It's to understand when to get out of the way, or when to let you take control. Because I think everyone here has their strengths. And I've seen that within the time we've been together, however short. And they're not always going to be me with a knife, like stabbing someone in the face. It's sometimes it's going to be something very different. And I think it's important for us to understand that.
When you mention that whole, what happens when people are under stress or duress, anyone who is paying any attention to Sal would see him get very openly, very uncomfortable.
Sick, which you would see me then, I guess my sight line would linger on you a little longer as I said what I was saying.
He'd actually just turn around and he'd have to reset up his bedroll and go and plonk himself down. And take out the long sword that you've seen him carrying around on his back, which he has never once actually used. Take it out of the sheath and pull out like a whetstone and just sort of start to sharpen it.
You okay, Sal?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I'm great. It's been a long day. I'm not used to being in a cart, being pulled around by a new friend who's a giant hog, and then having conversations like this and all of the things that we've seen recently, and I'm thinking that I'd like just a little bit of me time. But thank you for asking.
That's fair.
If you don't like the hog, I could do something different tomorrow.
I think whatever it is, Vermilion, it's going to make me slightly uncomfortable because I don't like the idea of someone who I'm traveling with having to pull us around. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, I don't like someone I'm traveling with trying to encroach on my best friend, so I guess that makes two of us.
Well, look, if it's any consolation, I'm not trying to encroach on your friendship. Obviously, you two are very, very close, and that's a beautiful thing. Or you at least think you're very close. I don't know. It's a little bit confusing. But I'll give you both your space, and you guys, and I'll just hang out. Me and Tiny Wing will hang out, because she's the closest thing I've got to a best friend here. Best friend here.
Breast friend.
Yeah. I was really hoping that to come through. I should have just kept going.
Wow. Buddies.
Feybogian
I would have
slip.
called you out anyway.
Okay.
It's really my best.
Absolutely.
A true titty pal.
Yeah, she's
Bosom buddies.
the best. Yeah.
Same.
No, you're welcome to hang out, but just remember, you don't try and steal my best friend, and I won't poison your food. How's that sound?
That sounds like an absolutely perfect arrangement. I am absolutely on board with that.
Outstanding. Vermilion puts the small thing that's marked poison back where he first started from.
Amazing. All right, so Vermilion is cooking up a storm.
2 hours. Hang on, 2 hours later, we just hear, a llama? He was supposed to be dead.
Yes.
The poison for Sal. That's poison specifically for Salazar. Salazar's poison.
Incredible.
Disney, don't sue us.
Lilith, can I get you to roll a charisma save for me?
Oh,
Okay. Of 15?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Vermilion has cooked up a storm. I assume that's ready to eat. If you would like to do so, is there any other conversation or activity that any of you would like to pursue before bedding down for the evening?
Just wondering about the river. Is it like, the kind of river where it's like there's grass, then there's rocks, then there's river, or is it just like straight up grass to river?
From where you are, it'll be...
I would have wandered over and had a little...
It'll be a fairly high ledge into this river, so being as close as you are to the mountains, this thing's kind of cutting pretty deep, close to its source. So there's a bit of a kind of a steep, almost ridge line between where you are and the source itself. There's a few like little goat tracks that go down to the water that you can navigate without.
Oh yeah, I'm just
much
wondering
hassle.
if I could pick up some pebbles.
Oh yeah, there's
just some shiny rocks.
Absolutely down at the shoreline itself, or from a little bit higher. You can.
I want to look for. I don't remember I think they're called hagstones. It's like a rock that has been, through the passage of time, had a hole punched through it by moving water.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try and find one of those.
Incredible. We're going to get you to do a survival check, please.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That's 18 plus 8. 26. Also 26. Wait. I'm just going to... Hang on. How's a 29 for you with the guidance?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
How's 29 go?
Incredible.
You rolled
Not
so
quite.
high, and yet
It's
there's
not quite.
nothing of the thing you wanted.
Yeah, it's not quite the highest roll in the campaign because I believe you rolled a 33 for stealth in episode 1, but
Look,
it's a pretty good roll.
I've searched in real life for those things, and it's pretty fucking hard.
It is.
But you nailed it. You find 2 of them, in fact.
I take them both.
I'll get you... No, don't worry about it. We'll do that later.
In preparation for the going to sleep part, is there like a tree nearby or some kind of elevated position?
Absolutely. Elevated from where you are, specifically, from where the the main cooking camp setup is. Yeah. So the terrain kind of rises up as it leads off towards the mountains. So you head east, there'll be kind of rocky kind of ridges, sparse little tree growth all up through there. It's a fairly... It's not densely wooded in this area by any means, but it's not a barren wasteland either.
Yeah, I'd just like to find some kind of like maybe a rock or something that I could wake up to and sleep on top of.
Brilliant.
That's where I'd like to hang out.
Okay.
With my backpack and my bugs.
Adorable.
I have another thing I want to do, but I want everyone else to have their go first because I just went.
Okay. Vermilion, as you settle into your little tree nook, I'll get you to roll a charisma save for me as well, please.
Hell no. Charisma. Saving throw. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. +1. 17.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Bedding down for the night. What does this look like for everyone else?
Before Tiny Wing
generalized sleeping.
Sorry, Saz?
before Tiny Wing sort of goes and finds her little spot to hide out the way, so she wish. She's going to go and see Lilith using good craft, make a little blossom, fairy size, obviously, and leave it with Lilith. Say, "It's the first spell I learned too."
Wait. I don't trust your kind. My family had very bad relations with the Fae, but perhaps for the moment. And I'll also bloom a little flower and hand it over as a gesture of. I'll find a flower that means trust later, but I will just hand over a teeny tiny little flower. Perhaps for the moment. It would be in my best interests to put that aside.
If it helps at all, I don't even know what my kind is, so yay.
That just doesn't make any sense.
I never met one of my own kind. I don't know what the Fae is. Everyone says, "Hey, you're the Fae," and I'm like, what's that?
The Fae, denizens of the Feywild.
I don't remember the Feywild.
Okay.
Shall you're going to see her take like a really, really deep breath as she sort of thinks about whether or not to say it. She's going to say it very quietly. She's going to say, My memory of the Feywild is all of 2 seconds. And then I lived in a jar, a dark tower, with no one to talk to me, no one let me fly, and a very, very scary wizard. So when you say the Feywild, I think of 2 seconds after I was born. That's it. That's all I know.
You were a prisoner.
I was.
What became of that wizard?
I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, if you could maybe, if you know more about my kind or where I'm from, I would love to learn.
I don't think you'll want to learn what I have to say.
It all paints a picture.
The Fae are devious tricksters who enjoy ensnaring mortals.
Is that all Fae?
In my experience.
Does that make me like that? Does that mean I'm going to be that?
I don't know.
Don't want to be that.
Don't be it then.
Would you say I'm on the right path to not be?
I don't know.
If you ever thought that I was turning into that kind of Fae, would you tell me?
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, you don't hear that I take much delight in swatting you against a wall, part of it. I feel like, because I still don't, I feel like Tiny's like, I don't know, this big, but she's probably like this big, right? I don't know how big
Yeah.
Tiny Wing is.
It's
But
very small.
I just feel like, given that Lilith is like, 6'9", it'd be super easy to just clap her like a mosquito, which is horrible to say, but I just feel like it wouldn't take much to, not that I've planned that, but, if I had, if I were truly evil and had planned that.
Idle spreads.
No.
If I wanted to, I could totally fuck you up.
Pretty much anyone could. She's like this big,
Yeah. Yeah, because like the whole time I've been like, oh yeah, she's smaller than Zephyr, but I don't know, like Fae are like fairies are like 1 foot, 9 inches, something like that. So like I've been picturing her like this big, but no.
No, so Tiny
tiny.
Wing is smaller than,
Yeah.
for those of you who might be familiar with fairies specifically, definitively smaller. She's like pixie sized, right? So
Tiny is tiny.
yeah, Tiny Wing is indeed quite tiny. Your average fairy would be, say,
regular fairy size wings, tiny body.
Yeah, like very old baby to very young toddler sized would be your average kind of fairy size range.
What did everyone else think of when I said a very old baby?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
I just
literally
pictured-
Benjamin Button.
Or like Voldemort.
Or perhaps like Ham's mug.
Yeah.
Oh, do not show
Or
no.
just-
Do it.
I hate it.
That's even worse.
I
That's bad.
actually
Nell.
genuinely love it though. I kind of want one for myself.
It's horrid.
Okay, so Tiny Wing, are you going to pursue that conversation, or are we?
I'd probably thank her for her honesty and then head off.
All right, Lilith, does that change anything you want to do for the evening?
No, it does not. So I would find a spot kind of not away from camp, but kind of at the edge of the firelight so that my dark vision is like not super impacted by the campfire, so that when I look at the stars, it's not like less. And I would like to cast Sending again.
Okay.
And I would like to direct this to Penelope Alderall of the Carillion.
Okay. Just quickly, Ash, then, for those viewing and playing who may not be aware, give us a bit of a meta explanation of who Penelope Alderaan is.
So, at the beginning of the campaign, I was
Also, roll a d10. Oh, okay, we're doing that first. Sure.
it's a 9.
10.
Oh, she hot.
She is. So at the beginning of the campaign, I was traveling with a character named Aaron. He is the ward of Estebar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I pronounce that. He is the ward of Estebar and effectively a prince. Penelope is his sister and a member of the Carillon in the northern continent, who is responsible. One of the members responsible for keeping back the demons from the Demonsville, and I was entrusted by her to keep Aaron safe on his journey to the southern continent, along with his actual guy, Redwin, who is a dragonborn Seraphite.
Bang on. That's a great
Thanks.
little recap. Well done. Okay,
Thank you.
sending to Penelope. Let's go.
Redwin kidnapped Aaron, sequestered him with magic, waylaid me at Eldable Port, disappeared. More urgently, Velkior freed the Oathrife. Darkhan walks sonder again. Prepare yourself.
The response you get.
Hey boo, this number is not in service. Please check the call.
Get
New phone,
fucking
who dis?
wrecked, Lilith.
Yeah, it's just a text reply.
Yeah.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah, you have been left on red.
No, the response you receive from Penelope.
If she has also forgotten me, Promethean, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna fly to
Who
PAX and
dis?
fight you.
No, Penelope responds very simply with find the Dragonborn. Get to Estebar. I'll be there in 3 months.
Jesus, that's so much time.
3 months. In real time, that's like 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only play once a month for Ethan.
Incorrect. Fucking sneak peek.
Except this specific month.
This specific month, we
Hey,
will in
listen,
fact have
That's
2
an
weeks.
exception, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay, brilliant. Love that.
So
Lilith.
That's
anything
all
else?
of her. That's all of her. There's nothing else. She's got, more words than that she can use. She got up to 25. If you want to just be like fuck, fuckity, fuck, shit, fuck.
She's busy. She's got shit to
Okay.
do. She's not going to waste words on you.
She's got hot
Yeah.
person stuff to do, apparently.
She has-
according to my
This is
teacher.
true. She has hot person stuff to do.
She is a princess turned paladin, like demon fighting paladin, who is hot as fuck.
Really so
she
hot.
truly has so much cooler shit
Yeah,
to do than
she's-
talk to you.
She's really hot.
I also rolled a 9 for the record. Like,
Yeah.
I
Brilliant.
also
Yeah.
rolled a 9.
When I met her, she
God.
rode in on a horse, jumped down from it, plate armor, resplendent, looking cool as hell.
I'm on
The
a
only-
horse.
Yeah, exactly.
You are the horse.
She walked straight out of an
Yes.
Old Spice commercial. The only other thing I will do is ritually cast Leomund's Tiny Hat again around myself. I'm not aiming to get anyone else in it. If anyone else is in the vicinity, good for them. But I'm not. It's for me.
Yeah, and
And
so
I bounce little pebbles off of it.
Yeah, you can.
fucking brilliant. All right, Kaori. As the evening winds down, what's Kaori doing?
Weird question. Did you say there's no trees around?
There are a scattering of trees, so it's not
Are there,
super
like,
dense.
2 trees that are like kind of close-ish together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm in one of them.
Well, I'm gonna using my bedroll and rope somehow. Don't ask me to show my work, but somehow I'm going to hang the bedroll in like a hammock.
Mhm.
in
Gonna
between
hammock it
both
up.
Trees.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sailor style.
Absolutely.
You have a rope inspector handy if you're struggling.
Yeah.
And a lawyer.
Also, Kaori is a pirate, so I guess I'll get you to make a.
I feel like she's probably done this once
yeah,
before.
I'll get you to make a dexterity check, but you'll do it with advantage.
Just one. Okay, amazing. Well, that one's a 9. That one's a 7. So 19 plus 1, 20? 30
Yeah.
20.
Okay. Great. Yep. You
Ah.
create this little safe space for yourself
And my monkey.
and the monkey.
Yeah.
Little drop of drool just comes from the trees from Vermilion's mouth as he watches this effortless rope work.
Correct.
Gross. Can you stop drooling on my rope, please?
Wet rope.
It's quite.
Wow.
But other than that, and obviously eating some of the cooked meal, there's not too much that she would do other than settle in this little hammock.
Okay. So it's Vermilion, Lilith, and Kaori down for the evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Malia. No, you are in fact muted.
You're so
Oh
muted.
no, the button. I'm so sorry. The button just didn't work. And I said, "Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Hey,
What's she
how you
doing?
going?" If no one else has declared watching out for the evening, then I would likely do that.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll come back to that then. Salazar.
Hmm.
Everyone's most huggable hobgoblin.
When Tinywing comes back from chatting with Lilith, he'll pop over to her in a sort of a space where there's no one else can hear. And say, "Hey, Tiny. I saw you off having a conversation with Lilith. How did that go?"
She doesn't think that the Fae are nice people, and I was asking her about that because I'm Fae, but I don't know the Fae. I don't know anything about Feywild or anything like that, but I'm the Fae, and she's just going to go around in like a little verbal circle for a minute because it's concepts she doesn't understand. She's trying to understand it, so, confused fairy.
And like Sal will just kind of like let her go in circles for a bit, and then kind of go, "Okay, right, okay, so stop, because you're circling the drain a bit with this conversation." So I'm curious because I suppose it's something that you and I have never really talked about, because I'm not sure if you realize that like I'm actually also Fae as well.
But you're a good Fae. You've been good to me.
Yeah, absolutely, I have. I mean, it's because you're nice.
I am? Oh, that's good to know.
But so so Lilith seems to think that maybe not all Fae are nice. Is that right?
Pretty much all Fae is the gist I got.
Right. Okay.
Devious and tricksy or something like that.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting that she would say that. Did she say like why she felt this way or not?
Nothing specific.
Right.
Said that my family had dealings with the Fae.
There you go. I missed that part.
It's okay.
See, Fae are liars. Straight up liars.
They are forgetful.
They're not liars, they're just real forgetful.
Yeah. So sorry, I can't remember what you were just saying. No. Okay. All right. Look, I might just go and have a little conversation with her too, because I'm very conscious that maybe the reason that she's standoffish with me as well is because she thinks that I'm going to, I don't know, do something terrible and nasty to her or something like that.
Before you go, she's just going to be like, "But I'm a good Fae, right?"
Oh, look, Tiny, as far as I can tell, you are one of the nicest Fae I have ever encountered in my tiny life. I'm not sure, in my short life. I'm not that old. Apparently, I also can't brain very well tonight. It's been a long day and been dragged around by a giant hog. It's all very confusing. I'm going to go and talk to Lilith now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you expended so much effort.
Shut up, Vermilion. So Sel will actually wander over to Lilith. Lilith, how quickly did you throw out your tiny hut after Tiny vanished?
So it's a 10-minute ritual cast.
Okay.
You would have time before it's fully prepped. Maybe about 3 minutes left.
Sal will, seeing that you're obviously doing something and not knowing what, will just stand patiently and wait for you to finish.
Okay, great.
How close are you standing?
We'll say like about sort of 7 or 8 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because you're 6 foot tall, right?
Yeah.
Just based on angle of a dome, like when the dome goes up, you get decapitated, you die. No, you rudely intrude on the sanctity of my dome, which is fine for Ash, not for Lilith. But
meaning Sal is inside the dome. Yeah,
Sal is inside the dome when the spell's cast. If you separate feet away.
What does Salazar see as this dome like emerges?
Oh, so he'll be looking at Lilith, and then he will just be like, dome.
Okay, great.
Because I feel like based on
Dome.
angles, like I feel like, yeah, because it's 10 foot tall. So if he's 8 feet away, I feel like maybe cutting through your torso, it'll just be like dome.
And you can change the color of the dome itself, I think we established.
Yeah. So it's again just a twilight purple, but like interior is dim.
Cool.
And it's opaque. You can't see through it.
So, Sal, from your perspective, at this point, it feels very much like Lilith has deliberately trapped you inside some kind of dome with her.
So would it like gradually appear so that like Sal's almost got a choice to go in or out, or is it like a?
I don't know. I always imagine that when a like the last second of a spell is cast, it just goes poof into existence.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, okay. So if that's the case, if he's trapped inside, so was that appropriate? He'd be trapped inside.
Well, you can leave. I can't leave the dome.
Yeah. I just more because I know that if you're not welcome in the dome, then like he couldn't go.
Oh wait, really?
Yep.
No, it just says creatures and objects within the dome when you cast the spell can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about friendly or unfriendly creatures. It's just if you're in,
yeah, you're in. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He would probably reflexive, sort of almost knee jerk, sort of like duck, so that whatever this thing is doesn't chop his head off. And then reach out to see if he could actually put his hand through it to see whether he's actually trapped inside it or not, because that would be his first instinct. And then I guess discovering that he could at least put his hand out.
It's a death match, baby. Roll initiative.
Yeah, all right. Groovy. That's I rolled a d12. That's not good. Okay, so he's nervous. So he would crouch down and look very sheepishly at you, Lilith, and go, "Oh, this was not my intent. I was just coming over for a conversation. I didn't want to interrupt the thing that you're doing, and I don't actually mean to be inside here now. If you want me to leave, I'm happy to just go outside, but I just thought we could have a little talk."
Technically, it's in dome, not in intent.
Fuck off, Familiar. You're not here.
Yeah. Very cool. Fuck off, Familiar.
I was about to get changed. What are you? What?
No, it's like I wasn't trying to. Like I saw that you were casting a spell of some type, and I was just waiting until you were finished. But I didn't realize that this was the outcome. Otherwise, I would have just probably left, because I don't want to be trapped in here with you, because this is your house dome thing. Should I just go now, or I was just wanting to have a quick word before I sort of called it a night?
Had many words, none of them quick. What would you like?
This is true. I tend to get a little bit of verbal diarrhea. Look, I was just talking with Tiny, and she was telling me about some of your reservations around the Fae, which made me think maybe this has got something to do with you and I haven't really kind of talked much at all, and you've seemed a little bit sort of standoffish, and I'm conscious that, being one of the Fae myself, maybe this was because of things that you've experienced in your past, and I thought it would be worthwhile having a very quick conversation about it, and I realize I'm still talking a lot, but you get the general gist, so I want to make sure I'm shutting up now.
You think that I don't like you because you're Fae? Is that what you're saying?
I'm thinking that maybe there is a certain element of your perception around me which would be impacted by the fact that I'm Fey, and if you've got a negative experience with the Fey, maybe that means that you're like, oh, Salazlo, he's a Fey, he's going to do something terrible, or something like that.
Hamish, I'm gonna be a little mean. This is nothing personal. I swear to God, this is
It's
fully
fine.
in character.
It's 100% cool.
It is so adorable that you think that you have the self-confidence to think that I have the energy to dislike you. I don't care the slightest bit about you or your existence.
All right. I mean, at least I know where I stand with you. I mean, like, clarity around this kind of thing is fine. So obviously we're going to be traveling together for a little bit by what's sort of going on at the moment and everything that's been happening here now. How do you want to approach this then? You obviously don't have the energy or the inclination to kind of care about me. I'm still kind of forming an opinion about you myself. Do we need to have some sort of like accord in regards to like how we want to deal with each other, or is there something I can do to maybe make you feel more comfortable about the situation, or would you like to just be sitting in your space going, hey, there's Salazlo, I just don't give a fuck? That sounded a little bit harsh, but you know what I mean.
I think it'll just take a couple seconds because it's just a lot of taken aback at the audacity, maybe? I don't particularly care whether or not we have any kind of professional relationship going forward, Salazlo. I really, really don't. And whether or not we ever talk, or whether you are simply there, it does not have any bearing on my end goal. So you may act in accordance with how you wish to act, and I will continue on my merry way, as I always have.
Okay. Sounds fine to me. Cool. Well, have a good sleep, and hope you have pleasant dreams, and I suppose I'll talk to you another time, and we'll
Stop talking.
Keep doing this thing that we're doing.
I'm just going to reach up and snap my fingers and dissipate the dome with the intent of recasting it when Sal leaves so that I have a private dome.
Sal will take a step to leave, and then he'll turn around. Probably a really good thing that you don't trust the Fae. Probably a very, very good habit to have. And with that, he'll then turn and keep going.
Brilliant.
I will recast dome. Recast dome.
Excellent. So from there, what is your plan for the evening?
He'll just go and curl up in his bedrock.
Okay, cry himself to sleep a little bit. Perfect.
Yep. Little Sal sleep.
Marvelous. Tiny Wing.
Tiny's going to be staying close to Sal. Is confused.
Yeah. And also
Safe place.
Also sleepage for the evening.
Yes.
Excellent. In which case, the only person who has had the forethought to stay a little bit awakesies and keep an eye on what's happening has just returned to us, which is incredible.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Hey, baby girl. And Malia, I will in fact actually no.
No, do it. Don't be a coward.
No, I can't. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem.
Oh.
No, that's fine. Actually, yeah, do another Christmas saving throw for me, please.
I haven't done
Christmas?
one.
We're going to save
you haven't
Christmas?
done one yet.
Merry Christmas.
Okay,
Merry
charisma
Christmas.
saving throw, please.
Christmas. Let's go.
Okay, I can do
Here's
that.
the throw to save Christmas.
It's so good.
What'd you do?
It was really good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is there a number
Can you
associated
quantify that
with
into
that
like a
vibe?
number?
Yeah.
Like if you had to put it into a number. It's good.
Cool.
No, it's a 2.
Amazing. Okay, excellent. The first thing that you notice
We're all gonna die.
is all of a sudden, and this is, we'll say, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour after everything started to quieten down, once everyone else has gone to their kind of respective points of sleep. And all of a sudden you realize you can't hear anything. And then we're going to hold it there for a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back after that, and we'll continue. Woo! Exciting.
No, roll
Hey.
the damage.
We've waited this long.
Literally, the damage is Malia being unable to hear anything currently.
I am the damage.
That's right. The damage is being done specifically to Malia's eardrums. Hey,
We're rolling Malia.
we'll be back after a little break. We're gonna go look after ourselves. I suggest those of you in chat watching along, we should do the same thing.
Everybody go get a snack because it's 8:47 and you deserve it.
Yeah,
that's
if you
right.
haven't had dinner, eat dinner.
Yeah.
I think
Fuck.
everyone here is a snack, but that's just me.
Wow, less
okay, well.
snacks.
And with
Incorrect.
that, see you soon. Do it. Hey,
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
we're
Let's do
back.
what? What are we doing?
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
We're back to play some of the Dungeons and Dragons game.
Wait, we're playing that game?
That we all
Apparently.
enjoy so
I
much.
thought we were just
As a
going through
reminder,
therapy.
it's Saz's day of birth today, so fucking
Or-
spam it in the chat.
Or anniversary thereof, says is definitely older than 0 years.
You don't know that.
Mhm.
No, she actually says it's 0 years.
I have met Saz more than 0 time ago, so yeah, I'm pretty
What?
confident.
Yeah, but what you don't know is that Saz is basically like a phoenix, so every year on this day, an old shell degenerates and then rises anew from the ashes.
It would be absolutely amazing.
He's permanently 0 years.
Look, if there's
I have
that-
no back pain.
So I was
I'm
just
not
like burst
lying.
into flames
No
halfway
back
during this stream.
incredible. Hey, I don't look. We'll do a quick little recap. Basically, this lot have done a brief little bit of traveling. And are in the middle of essentially what is a long rest. Had some great conversations with each other. Real kind of getting to know you evening, which
Have we
was
spoken?
really nice.
I haven't spoken to anyone. Fuck you all. Particularly Sal.
Everyone except Malia has kind of drifted off for the evening, or attempted to.
Or for a few hours anyway, because
Terrible
following isn't a
idea.
requirement.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you haven't specified. You're in a tree. That's all I.
It's true.
I
I'm
know.
just hanging out in a tree.
Terrible idea.
Hanging out in a
Really
tree,
need to
drooling
do
on
this.
some rope.
Also feeding Zephyr bugs.
Yeah, because Zephyr came up to see what I was doing, so I gave him a blow.
That's right.
It's a
And
nice thing to do.
as the night deepens, Malia notices she can no longer hear the crackling of the fire, or in fact anything else.
Said Malia. Unfortunately, you cannot hear ya.
You do, however, Malia, see quite a ways in the distance what look to be 4
Horsemen.
kind of spherical lights floating around in the sky.
Are they something that I would recognize as like torches versus some sort of a magical
Kind of
light?
difficult to tell at the distance that they're at. It could be a torch. They're not. It's definitely not like an oily, smoky kind of dungeon delving type torch. They're
Right, it's
possibly
not a
a bit
UFO.
wider. Could be UFO. You don't know.
Okay, great, excellent. I am gonna, in that case, pay more attention, but not necessarily do anything. I guess hand on weapon, but not making moves.
Okay. Tiny Wing. You feel a tugging on your tiny little foot. And Salazar, I'll get you to roll, say, a perception
Val's
check.
doing it.
What am I roll the tug, is that right?
Roll to tug. No, Sal, I'll get you to roll, please, a perception check at disadvantage.
A perception check. Oh, disadvantage. God, this can't possibly go right.
It's not gonna.
Oh, hey, actually, I rolled okay. 12.
Okay,
Yeah, 12.
cool. Salazar's snoring away. Tiny Wing, a very persistent tugging on your foot is occurring at the moment.
Just gonna sit up and look at a damn foot.
You're woken. What you see is a black winged creature, probably just over twice your size, with very kind of elongated ears, staring at you coldly.
What are you?
She put
Effort.
She put something up, but I can't get it. I can't get to her. It's her fault. All of the gates are closed. Who is she?
Who is she?
Shh. Quiet.
No, you.
Who is
You
she?
woke me up.
No, you.
Wait, no, you.
I love it.
No, you.
Who's making that noise? Oh, it's me again.
The big one with
No.
the horns. Who is she?
Who is she? You don't know who she is?
No, but it's her fault. All of the gates are closed.
I don't understand what Lilith could have done to close gates?
Lilith. And
Damn, I hope that's not her true name.
a wide grin kind of spreads on this creature's face. And she kind of... Roll for me a dexterity check, please, Tiny Wing,
That's
as
not good at all.
as this fairy pest attempts to grab at your book.
Not my damn book. Jeez.
Not the book.
Well, that's actually pretty good. 21?
Excellent. She rolled a 19, so very good that you rolled a 21. She makes a swipe for this book, and you clock that immediately and kind of very swiftly kind of grab it. And she kind of struggles with you for a little bit to get it, but you hold on tightly enough, and she kind of just gives this little noise, and then immediately flies off into the trees and becomes no longer visible. And hides. You do notice behind her she's left what appears to be some kind of small sword.
I'm going to take it.
Marvelous. Congratulations, you now have a sting blade, which I'll send you stats for
Thank you.
shortly. Malia, after probably 2 minutes or so, those lights that you see have begun to fade.
Like as if they're walking away, or
Just where they are, it's as if they just extinguish in place.
how far away roughly would I think they were?
Say about double your movement speed.
Okay. Well, I'll move my movement speed.
Mhm.
To see if I can get a better gauge on what they are.
Okay. At this point, your hearing has returned, so I'll get you to roll a perception check for me.
It's gonna be fine. Perception. 21.
Okay. You hear, and you're familiar enough, I think, with tracking things in general. It's kind of part of your deal, right?
Sure.
To clock that the sound of this is moving away from you. Just these, definitely more than one, maybe 3, maybe 4, just very high-pitched giggles. Almost childlike, just carried to you on the wind.
I am going to you.
Okay, sure.
Very stealthily if I can. I don't want to like confront or anything like that. I would like to get eyes on whatever or whoever this may be, if I can. And if that requires me to dash, then I guess I'll do it.
Okay, roll a D8 for me.
Sure. This bodes well. That's a 2.
Excellent. You put a good solid 2 hours into trying to find any trace of whatever that was, and you find nothing.
Okay. Great. I go back as a failure and a disappointment to all of my peers. And
It's okay. We never believed in you to begin with.
it's okay,
No, I'm sorry.
none of you knew this was happening, so it's all good. And none of you ever will. And so I will just perch for the remaining however many hours it would be for the rest of the year.
Okay, so are you going to stay awake literally until morning and just
I'm gonna
not
stay awake
sleep?
until someone takes over watch for me, and if no one does, then I guess so. Thanks, guys.
Amazing. Love
Probably
that.
going to be me, because I don't need to rest as long as you guys do.
And on that note, so NVC, there was something that you'd mentioned that I'd missed earlier. Is that something you want to retcon into before everyone dropped off to sleep, or is that something
That's fine,
you
we're
do
cool.
on waking?
That can happen on waking if that's
Sure.
that's a tomorrow thing, if necessary.
Yeah, excellent. So Tiny Wing, your sleep has been interrupted. So if you like, there's an opportunity for you to do a little something, or you can.
I'm just gonna like
to sleep.
take my book and like shove it down my shirt before I go to sleep, just to make sure it's not laying about for somebody to come back and steal.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
And maybe move a tiny bit closer to Sal.
Oh, marvelous.
Not that he wakes up for anything, but anyway.
And if no one else has plans or has arranged with Malia then to relieve her of her watch, then yeah, it will be Vermilion.
R.I.P.
Vermilion, following a period of meditation, awakens in in the way that Vermilion does.
Oh! All right, bud. Time to tag out.
Kaori, being quite close to Vermilion, would you like to roll a perception check, please? We'll do it as... Oh, no, do it as a... Would you prefer to stay asleep? Or do you think Kaori would naturally be awoken by that?
I feel like probably a very light sleeper. Probably.
Yeah, sure. You're woken up by the truly fucking horrifying noises that Vermilion wakes post-meditation.
Amazing. Did you say perception?
Don't worry about it. It startles you out of sleep. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair.
I will get you to make a dexterity check being in a hammock, though.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
With advantage. You're a pirate.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, you're fine. You absolutely remain in the hammock without hilariously and slapstickly falling out of it.
Amazing. Is everything okay? What the fuck was that?
Oh, it's fine. I'm just awake now. It's time for me to go and relieve Malia.
You wake up
Of the watch, I mean. Relieve Malia of her watch.
Yep. Oh no.
Anyway.
I want to go home.
Can I throw myself out of the hammock?
Just dash yourself onto the ground.
Right. So you just had to casually wake everyone else up, kind of, except not everyone else, just me, as you.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't my intention. I'm just really loud when I wake up.
That's okay. It's
Sometimes
fine.
I scream when I wake up. Depends on how terrified I was in my sleep.
Are you usually terrified in your sleep?
Sometimes.
Okay. So.
I mean, it's not really technically a sleep, it's more of a meditation, but sometimes horrifying things happen in there, and then I'll be like, instead of being like, I'll be like, ah! If that makes sense.
Yeah. The next time, maybe don't sleep. Although, to be fair, you were up the tree first.
Yeah, fuck you, get your own tree.
Don't sleep at all.
Don't sleep.
Oh, no. Well, okay, as long as it was just you waking up and that we're not all being brutally murdered, nothing's happened while we're all having a nap.
Well, you and I are still alive, so nothing to us.
Malia, nothing. There's been a boring night, or.
Am I within fucking hearing distance of this?
I
truly think everything on this mountainside made Vermilion wake up.
I think you would have probably just kind of come back within earshot of the camp after this failed attempt to find whatever giggling Gerties.
Don't say the F word. So I think I would, like, as I'm reapproaching, hearing NVC. No, not NVC.
NVC also makes that sound when it wakes.
Vermilion, just not be stealthy at all and just be like talking. I would just kind of be like,
Hey, hey, buddy.
Is this?
It's your sleepy time now. I'm here to relieve you of your watch.
Is this okay? Sure.
What?
No questions.
What?
Straight to sleep. Like, just like, sleep.
Magnificent.
Very good.
All right. In which case,
That's
Vermilion then will see out the remainder of the watch. I think in the interest of time, we're going to speed through the next bit and get you all to a little location. And so morning will arise. Yes, Lilith.
Just as the sun, I would like to try and wake up.
Yep.
As the sun rises to meditate in the twilight.
Way too easy.
And just do a little prayer to my patron.
Is there a specific prayer that you would like to do for a specific reason, or is it just devotional?
Yeah, there is. I know you made Auntie forget me, you bitch. The least you could do is offer me some guidance instead of these years of silence.
Incredible. Okay. Love that.
And then just as a formality at the end, I'll just be like, "Oh, Twilight Mother, you hold me in your sky, blah, 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 blah."
As far as you were able to ascertain, there is no response.
Yeah, I know. But does that constitute enough of a prayer to get access to that spell that I was talking to you about?
Oh, yeah. Hey, remind me which one specifically, because I think I've got a couple down.
Hang on, it is in my known spells. Hang on, I got to sort through all the two different. It is gone. What level was it? Do I know? It's portent something. Fucking hell. It is actually disappeared. Portent reflexes, which I have spelled wrong in the homebrew.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
And I'm going to say it's not that the prayer itself has made that occur. It's that it just happens to be something within the domain that you will be able to select.
Incredible.
With the morning's spell selections then.
So, long rest?
Yeah. Everyone be long rested.
Level up.
Unfortunately, no. I'm very sorry
Yay,
to say.
long rest. I'm not injured anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. So it is a brand new day. You have a destination in mind. Is there anything anyone wants to do before heading out? And if not, then we'll essentially fast track to the next point of interest over the course of a couple of days of travel.
Yeah, today Vermilion is going to be a dromedary camel to pull the cart.
Brilliant.
How many humps does that one have?
One?
I don't know.
Fuck. I'm trying to remember. Which one's because there's Bactrian and dromedary.
Oh,
and
look it up.
Unknown.
3.
Ash, so you're 3. It's the 7-humped camel.
It's got one, but
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
also
thought.
got like so it's got like one central hump, but then its shoulders are also like it goes like kind of like a little
Agreed.
toad shape. There, technically, it says here 1 humped camel, but it's also got like what looks like 3 humps.
Excellent. So
Yeah, no, the Bactrian camel is the one that has 2 distinct humps. So yeah, no, I was right. Dromedary is the one I was going for.
So the most important thing there being when Mulia had to kind of reach out and slap the giant hog's ass and, just strike at the giant hog a little. It was a fairly easy get. I think with the camel, it's a bit of a reach from the wagon to actually get there. But you do take off. I'll get you to do another survival check for me though, please, Vermilion.
Alrighty. Just remind me what I add to survival. Because I know it's more than 1. 4, which makes that 8. No, 9.
9. Guidance.
Okay. 12.
Okay.
Much better.
Yeah, look, your navigational skills are nowhere near as impressive as that first day. You shaved off a hell of a lot of time from the trip on that first day. It was as though you were all part of the scenery, just moving swiftly and
It's just the power of the hog, really.
beautifully. Yeah, that's exactly right. In this case, it's just, you know, it's a bit of a bumpy ride. You know, it's nothing special. We'll say night 3 on this. No, we'll say the morning then of day 4 after a completely uneventful rest. On waking, Sal, you become aware as you wake. There's a tingle's not the right word. You innately understand that this day is in fact the anniversary of Tiny Wing's existence. You're not entirely sure how you know. You have your suspicions perhaps. But it is immediately obvious to you that today is Tiny Wing's birthday as you all awake.
Does she get any bigger? Like, does she grow a millimeter for every year she's been a fairy?
Great question. Exactly 1 millimeter of growth occurs for anyone able to see
Everyone
that.
just applauses.
Hey, speaking of applause, thanks Jack for the raid.
So Vermilion's been doing all the cooking, right?
Unless anyone else wants to.
Oh,
Yeah, and I haven't poisoned you yet.
So with an understanding of this, whilst everyone's sort of packing up and stuff like that, Sal will make his way over to Vermilion and go, "Hey, Vermilion, just you've been doing all the cooking and stuff for us.
Yep. It's about time you start appreciating it.
Look, it's been amazing. Truly some of the best food I've eaten in at least the last week. It's been incredible. But look, I was
Go
wondering,
on.
do you know how to make cake? Or more importantly, do you have the ingredients to make cake? Or some sort of cake? Like, look, it's between you and me. Today is Tiny Wing's birthday, and it would be great if we could maybe like make her a little cake, celebrate.
Wow, today is
just surprise. Like the whole idea is to just like, you know, like a nice thing, not a big loud Vermilion thing.
Just 1 second, Sal. I need to do some introspection. Hey, Pro. When I nicked all the food from the orphans, was there stuff that could be perceivably used to make cake?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There'll be a couple of eggs sufficient enough to potentially make cake. Some flour.
Hey, okay, let's just say if there isn't, I will wild shape into a chicken and lay sufficient eggs to make into a cake.
what?
Fucking magnificent. I need to check if you've already got inspiration. Hang on a minute.
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna find a way to rollboard that in some kind of way. Yeah, easy, done.
I love that Sal already doesn't trust Vermilion for being able to shapeshift into an animal. So in response to, hey, do you have the ingredients to make a cake? Vermilion turns into a chicken,
lays
shits
2
out
eggs, and then turns back into me, and I'm like, I do now.
And I'm out. And so forever. He's gone. Thanks for guys. It's been great.
Did any of us hear this happening?
Sal's trying to be very quiet about it.
Does Sal scream as Vermilion shapeshifts and births an egg?
He wouldn't scream at the chickening in regards to the eggs.
chickening.
His eyes would widen. There'd be a slight gag. But you know, look, Vermilion. My God, this is truly one of the most horrific things.
Listen, you want the cake or not, Sal?
Sure, yes.
Cool.
Sure. Okay, so if you can make it like, I don't know, maybe when we set up camp tonight and we can surprise her with a nice little cake. I don't have any candles or anything like that. I can have like a little word with everybody else and see if anyone else has got candles or anything.
Yeah, cool, because we're definitely going to have to distract at least Tiny Wing for long enough for me to do that.
Oh, look, that's fine. I'm sure we can do something to distract Tiny Wing whilst you're getting your cake on.
I'm sorry, you want me to be in the cake as well? More so
No,
than I am already?
Again, that's like it's a term that's used in the Feybog. It's like when you're doing something, when you're committed to it, you're like getting your thing on, getting your cake on, getting your walk on, or anything like that.
Oh, so like the first night we set off, I would have been getting my hog on.
Absolutely, that is correct. That's exactly what we'd say in the Feybog.
Okay,
sure.
Got it.
Excellent.
New phrase learned.
Excellent. Great. All right, and then Sal will turn around, sigh deeply, and for the rest of the day, he's not going to say anything to Tiny, but he will canvass the others for the sake of time, kind of let everybody in on the idea that it's Tiny's birthday, and if they've got candles, etc., etc.
I will offer up the fact that I do in fact have a candle in my inventory.
Cool. Awesome.
Excellent.
Pull out like it's like a whole church candle from my inventory.
It's like the cake's like this and the candle's like.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
My internet's blipping. Hang on.
Yeah, that's right. You seem to be mostly
Hey, we can
back.
hear you.
We're
Yep.
mostly solid.
Yeah. It's been
And
gone.
we heard the important
what I
parts
say
of what
came
you
through?
said. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like one of those massive ones that are like this round, like just boom in the middle of the cake.
Yeah, it's more candle than cake.
Yeah, yeah.
Sel will also he will have a conversation with Kaori at some stage. Be like, hey Kaori, like it's Tiny Wing's birthday. We're gonna make a cake and stuff, but we need to distract her so that she's not around when we're doing the cake and getting everything ready. Could you, like, when we set up camp later on, take her for like a walk or distract her or do something like that?
Yeah.
Where we
sure.
set up like a little party for her?
Yeah, I think I can.
That would be absolutely great. And then we can make it a special day, because I think, she's cool. I like Tiny.
Birthdays are great. They're a good excuse to drink.
Do we have oh my god, I stole all that wine or brandy or whatever it was from old Krusty Pants.
Yeah. Okay. Even better.
Excellent. We'll get our drink on, as they say in the Feybog. Right. Yeah.
You say that, and I just keep thinking back to fucking MVC and Vermilion's fucking sentence about more than I'm in already, and I just in my brain, and I can't stop it. And it hurts.
Excellent.
I just have a question. Saz, would Tiny have mentioned the bat? I'm assuming it was a bat of some kind. Talking to her, the Lilith bit of it at any point in the last day.
I would have definitely told Sal, because she
Fair
had
enough.
to pull like her book out of her shirt and everything the next morning. So
Fair.
If it has been mentioned to Sal will be like, Tiny, you need to probably tell everybody, in particular Lilith, because that sounds like something important.
which she would do.
Yeah, easy. So we'll have that as covered off kind of on the next day then of travel. Yeah, okay. So Tiny Wing approaches Lilith to share this story of being awoken by some kind of small humanoid creature with black feathered wings.
Does that mean anything to me? She's the reason the gates are closed.
Roll. Do it as an intelligence, just a straight intelligence check for me, please.
It's a 5. Fuck you.
You cannot think of a single instance in which you have been responsible for the closure of a gate, because in general it's kind of beneath you to like close the thing. They're meant for you,
You
to
don't
go
know what's
through.
beneath me or not.
you're very tall. Most things are beneath you. But yeah, you
Most
can't
gates are at
think
least
of a
4 foot tall.
single instance in which that would be applicable to yourself.
And as a double up to that, I probably would have like looked around to see if I could have seen anything like what she described, if she described it in the trees.
Gotcha. No.
And nothing following us, because if I'm in the wagon, I've got nothing to do but watch.
Yes, that is
But watch.
very true. But watch.
But
Yeah,
watch.
specifically of the camel. No, nothing immediately apparent is following you. None of you notice over the course of the next few days. There's no indication that you are under threat or being followed or anything of that nature.
Cool. Thank you.
So on this 4th day, then there is a secret plan for Cake. Kaori, you've been asked to distract Tinywing.
Hey, Tiny. While these guys start to set up camp, do you want to help me and Zephyr grab like some more sticks or something, like the campfire?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I can do that. I mean,
Yeah.
only like little ones, but
Yeah,
I can
no,
help.
of course. But like, at least then, I don't know, have something, and we're not just walking around out there by ourselves looking for sticks. You know?
Yeah. I would like to. I want to see how many Zephyr can actually carry because, you know, he's got tiny little monkey arms and he's so much smaller than you guys. So I would like to see how many he can carry.
He can carry exactly 21 and a half.
And a half.
Mm.
Does he wear the half one on his little belt like a sword?
Yes.
Is that yes?
Of course he does.
The half is just a matchstick that he uses to set fire to everything.
It's a little crooked one that he holds as like though it was a gun. If guns were a thing that existed.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, so a pirate, a monkey, and a fairy are looking for sticks.
So how
Quickly.
have you been on this journey after everything?
Mostly confused.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of things. I mean, I know I like to read, and I knew things that you guys didn't know when we were at the orphanage, but it's all new to me. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so like, you as in like you just haven't been around much. I know you mentioned before when Malia was talking to us that like, yeah, like, where are you from? What's the go here?
I don't actually know where I'm from. Apparently, according to Lilith, I'm Fey and therefore come from the Feywild. But I only remember about 2 seconds of the Feywild, so yay.
And how long ago was that 2 seconds that you remember?
I don't know. I was in a couple of places where the tracking of time was not a thing that I understood or knew of, so to know how long a day was when I was there, I don't know.
Okay. And like, what do you want like out of life? This is just pirate talk of trying to fucking distract a fairy because she doesn't know how to fucking distract fairies. Clearly.
Incoming existential crisis.
Yeah. She's
For
like,
both
fuck,
of
how
them.
do I socialize? What do I do here? I'm used to like someone handing me a beer and just like fucking punching my arm. Like, can't punch a fairy's arm. What do I do?
It's your fist bump.
Thanks.
I like I keep saying, I just want to learn to be brave. I don't want to be scared anymore, and I know that I'm smaller than everything, but
Is that
I'm just-
what scares you, or is there something in particular that scares you?
there's a lot of things that scare me, but being small is not one of them.
What's the top 3 things that scare you?
Jars, wizards. I didn't really have a third, but that's 2 of them.
Jars and wizards?
Hmm.
Well, what we could do, next time we come across any jars, we can just smash them.
You can do that?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Can you
and
teach
it's a
me?
lot of fun. Yeah, for sure.
That would be incredible.
Smash the jars. Bob's your uncle.
I have an uncle called Bob.
Maybe.
I like the idea of smashing jars.
Yeah, I think so. And then like they're not so scary because like if you come across a jar, like you can just smash it and then problem solved.
Except
I don't know.
jars are all bigger than me, so
We'll find a way. We'll find a way. It'll be
Okay.
fine. Even if like you have it on a table and then you push it, and
Again,
I'll
I'm-
help you. It's fine.
okay. Okay, cool.
And then you push it and then it falls off the table and then it'll smash everywhere. Problem solved.
She's gonna turn Tiny into a cat. Okay.
Absolutely. I don't know if we can really push wizards off of tables though, but we can figure something else out. You know,
I just,
we
yeah.
can
I
fuck them
don't,
up.
I
gently.
don't know that you could, but I mean, we could try.
Yeah, nah, it'll be fine. Just a wizard. She'll be
Yeah.
right.
Sometimes there's nothing just about wizards.
Yeah. But you know. Oh, don't worry. That's a later lesson. I'll tell you later.
She's perfectly content with that.
Amazing. And then also, if Kaori will just probably continue to make weird out there conversations that don't actually relate to anything.
Okay, great.
At
So
all.
Kaori seems to have successfully distracted Tiny Wing then by having her expose her deepest, darkest trauma. Vermilion,
Happy birthday!
Vermilion and Salazar, in the meantime, I assume are making preparations of their own. Are we just talking to Cake here, or is there anything else going into this plan, Sal?
I mean, Cell will ask her this. All right, so Vermilion's doing the cake. Is there something we could do to maybe like decorate this area to make it like pretty for Tiny Wing? I don't have anything I can do to do that, but I don't know if the others, anyone else can or got ideas, maybe.
I mean, I can just light my candle.
I mean, that would be great. I mean, I'm hoping we can have like a candle in the cake for Tiny, but like other candles around would be great. But is there anything else that anybody can do? I don't know. And he'll look at Lilith, like creating flowers out of nothing or something. She seemed to like those.
Yeah, sure. I'll just pop off some edible flowers, nasturtiums, and other
Great.
ones.
And other ones.
And other ones.
Yeah, brilliant.
I have eaten flowers before because my partner runs a farm where they grow edible flowers. Don't know the names of them, just know they exist.
Yeah, look, every flower's edible if you're not a coward.
True.
Don't eat like every flower, please. Don't take my advice on that. It's terrible.
Raw flower. You've heard it here
So-
first, folks.
So whilst that's going on, Cell would just be like trying to make the place look nice and help Vermilion or whatever else while they're away.
I would take getting real creative here because I'm not magical in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna take some like kittens, stack them around, wrap some string around them, and then I'm gonna douse them in oil on the string, and I'm gonna light them up like little candles so that there's like some little torches around that look really pretty.
Cute.
Maybe a little dangerous, but like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
look
yeah.
fun.
Forest fire. Go on.
Like I'll be like, don't go near those. They're not safe.
Marvelous. Vermilion, will you be making this baked good?
Yeah, I'm making the cake.
Okay, great. Just roll me, please, just a d20 on its own.
Okay.
Can I assist in any fashion to influence that T20 roll?
You can. Do you think Salazar's cooking skills are going to be better or worse than Vermilion's?
Oh, worse. Easily.
Okay, great. In which case, you'll roll that d20 with disadvantage then, Vermilion.
Do I get advantage because Vermilion is also a baker?
Oh, really? Do tell.
Yeah.
Look, we'll cancel out the disadvantage.
I'd like
So I
to
could roll flat.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I'd
with
like
your
to give
proficiency bonus.
Vermilion guidance, but specifically, I'm like hunched over his back, giving him directions directly into his ear.
Oh no.
Like I'm making it real awkward. But
now
like
you pour the cake batter into the fucking pan.
I'm doing it.
where did these eggs come from?
You don't want to know, Duka, just please don't. Oh my god!
I got them fresh today. I can add guidance to that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Well-
go for it. But it's a negative D4 because Lilith is scary as shit. No, I'm kidding.
How dare you? It's a 3, so that makes the total 17.
I thought you meant your
Really?
like.
Oh no, the
flat
guidance.
roll
The guidance was
three.
no. The guidance
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
Just
yeah.
like
Like,
3
what?
minus guidance, we've got a negative 1.
Yeah, no.
The piece of chip to eat.
And you know, like I feel like if I'm making this cake, I'm getting the sense that it's probably a little bit like it's maybe unfit for human consumption. Then I'm going to cast Purify Food and Drink on it just to make sure it's fine.
Which
Yeah.
ultimately what that means is you have crafted a fairly presentable and entirely fit for human and humanoid consumption and fey consumption, I suppose. Little bushcraft cake. It looks pretty good, and it's been adequately decorated by those of you who've been looking around for stuff. I think over.
Listen, if I had access to a 3 Manticore star kitchen, it would be better, but I don't. So meh.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think on the hunt for kind of decorative little pieces, I think Lilith wanted to say something to Malia as well whilst that was happening, or do you want to hold that off?
Yeah, no, probably just while the cake is baking and we're all just standing around twiddling our thumbs.
Sure.
I'll probably pull Malia aside to the edge of camp
Ah,
and I don't particularly trust any of you, but you are quite capable, and I feel that I would rather have you wielding a dagger by my side, than at my throat. So, and I'm going to pull out a certain magic dagger that I own and hold it out. A peace offering.
looking at this dagger, do I notice anything of note about this dagger?
I don't know. Bro, does the dagger look magical, or does it just look like a dagger?
Which dagger is it?
The ethereal dagger.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, it's
The magical dagger.
on
obviously.
sight. It is noticeable that the edge of this dagger seems to kind of shift in and out of seemingly existence itself. When you kind of pay close attention to it, it's as though the edge just kind of disappears all of a sudden and then reappears.
There will be like a beat or two before I reach for said dagger. And I will say, for the record, I don't think I've ever held a dagger at you.
Not yet.
There's still time.
Wait, that was your accent. Hang on, what am I doing? Wrong books.
A classic
There
fucking
is-
Lilith, really.
There is still time. However, if you don't try to stab me, I won't try to stab you. I have only ever been reactionary towards you. Remember that.
Have you though?
Yes, I have.
No.
Yeah, I have.
No.
Darling, if you hadn't cast some sort of a fucking hoodoo guru on me, like at the very first time we met, we would have been fine.
Well, if you had stayed around to help put out the fire.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're on a boat. It's fucking burning down. I can't put out the whole thing. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna jump?
You could have helped.
I could also self-reserve. That could be a thing that, like, maybe you would do.
Actually, I stayed behind to help with the fire. Weirdly enough.
That's great. You were getting paid to do so. I was not.
It's quite literally the other way around. I have not been paid a cent. I was thrown into prison, if you recall, on false allegations. And you were paid to check up on Prince Aaron, who, by the way, is still in the wind.
Which, by the way, if you put it in literal terms, I did, in fact, check up on Prince Aaron.
You didn't find him. I found him.
Oh, I'm sorry. The task wasn't to find him. It was to check in.
It was to keep him alive, if I recall correctly.
Okay, is he dead?
I don't know.
Well, there you go. Like, job done. He's not dead. He might be alive.
I think at this point, Kaori and Tiny Wing, you start to overhear this conversation as these two wander in your direction.
I think there is probably maybe a bit of respect creeping into my voice at Malia's ability to dance around the exact terms of something. Maybe just the tiniest bit.
You ever read a contract and found the gray area? Because that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm vibing with.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So yeah, Tiny Wing, Kaori on the stick hunt. You come across Lilith and Malia.
On the what? What did you say?
The stick hunt.
We went for a stick hunt.
Yeah, don't get that wrong.
If we see these two approaching to avoid awkward laughter and conversation, I will look over at Sal and be like, Sal, quick, sing, she's back.
Right, sing. What am I singing? What are you talking about?
Some sort of an anniversary or birth tune.
Oh, that's some birth tunes. Something I've never heard of before. Oh, hey, Tiny Wing, Kaori, you're back. And he'll like push. He'll sort of. Well, he won't push. He'll step between Malia and Lilith to get to the other two. And hey, I see you've got all this lovely wood. What a great job you've got. But hey, with Tiny Wing, we've got a surprise for you. Come over to where Vermilion is, and he'll like guide her over to where Vermilion and his self-made in so many ways cake is.
What's the surprise?
So
I made a cake.
You made a cake. So don't ask me how I know, but today's your birthday, right?
What's a birthday? Oh,
Shite. Okay, so like
I swear to Melora, Sal, if I made this cake for nothing.
Oh god. So a birthday is a day where we celebrate when someone was first born, pretty much. It's as straightforward as that. And so I'm not entirely sure how I know, but I'm pretty sure that today is your birthday. And I know that you've had a lot of strange things in your life, and it hasn't been particularly pleasant. But where I come from, a birthday is a situation where you can stop and you can celebrate the people that you care for because they've got another year older. And it's to go, hey, this is amazing. I'm absolutely, totally super happy that you're here and that I know you. And we do things like we have cake and we sing songs and we celebrate, all for you, Tiny.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
That's that's just how things work. But I mean, you're very welcome. But look, come over here and we'll have some cake. I think Vermilion, were you going to sing the birthday song? I believe was correct.
I believe that was going to be Sal who was going to sing.
Me? I don't believe. I don't have.
I believe I said a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Sal sing.
I'm not sure that I heard that part. I was too busy doing over here.
A 1, a 2, a 1,
Happy
2, 3, Sal,
birthday
sing.
to Tiny. Happy birthday to Tiny. Happy birthday, dear Tiny Wing. Happy birthday to you. And he'll gesture for Rebellion to bust out the cake.
Which Zephyr will have like one paw in currently,
Yeah.
and just be like, and then kind of
Oh my god.
run off a ways and finish a little munch down.
Yeah, here's your cake. Enjoy. I know it's not much, but it's what we could manage.
And also, Tiny, like
I can assure you the eggs are fresh.
Oh my god. Everyone helped to decorate the area. Like Lilith created all these lovely little flowers that she's put around. Malia tried to set these torches up to make it all look very pretty. Because
They're
they
not
like you.
torches.
And they care for you. Also one other thing, Tiny. Often on your birthday you get given a gift. Sal will reach into his like a belt pouch and he'll pull out the little red bag that you've seen him have before. And he opens it up and he pulls out from inside. It looks like a marble. It's a little bit bigger. And you'll see inside, it almost looks like this thing sort of swirling in there. And he'll say, so when I left my home, my father gave me this bag of essentially they're marbles. And he said to me, Salazlo, no matter what happens, don't lose your marbles. But I want to give this one to you because this is a sign of how much I trust you. I trust that you can look after one of my marbles.
Oh,
And he'll offer it to Tiny Wing.
she will very
The size
gently
of a
take it
bowling ball.
and just like,
what was Amy saying?
It's the size of a bowling ball.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Ash has put it in chat. It is perfect for all pondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you give it to her and she just drops.
Yeah. Oh no! Look. It's maybe a bit more symbolic than anything else. It's kind of I didn't think about the size to weight ratio, but you're my friend, and I wanted to give you this something special on your birthday.
oh, thank you, Sal.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say.
You don't have to say anything at all. And eat cake, and we can sit around and have a fun night, and that's pretty much how birthdays go. Oh, we've got
Drink.
booze. Kaori's all over the booze. We can drink booze and get drunk and sing more songs. I'm sure Amelia knows some lovely songs she'd love to sing.
I mean, I haven't been on a pirate ship, but I believe one of us has and might know some like sea shanties or something.
Maybe.
I would like to say
Give me a bit of alcohol first. But
Okay,
We
and
can
I
get there.
pour some sort of a shot for Kaori and immediately pass it to her.
well, you have to do one too. It's bad luck to do a shot alone.
Can we maybe
Okay.
get like a suitable
Group
size
shot.
glass for Tiny? Because I feel like a shot glass for us is probably going to involve alcohol poisoning for her.
I pour shot glasses for everyone except Tiny, in which I pour a thimble full of alcohol
Cute.
and present to Tiny. And then I say, I guess we're all doing this together. Pirate lady, count us in.
3, 2, 1, go!
Marvelous, and a beautiful moment ensues. Kaori sings a whole bunch of little pirate shanties.
Yo
Um,
ho, fiddly dee.
I mean,
Pulls out like Hot to Go by Chapel Roan, every single one.
I don't know any pirate songs, but there is a song. Well, it's kind of a song, more of a poem, really. But you can do it to like a song that we wood elves usually sing on special occasions like this.
Underwall?
No, it's not. I don't know what that is.
No.
But basically, I'm not a very good singer, but it goes. These are the words, so just do with it what you will. So it's something like in the glen where starlight weaves, whispers dance on silver leaves. Today we celebrate your grace with laughter bright and warm embrace. Raise a toast to dreams untold. In your heart may wonders unfold. With every wish the stars impart, forever young you'll stay in heart.
Cute.
Oh, Carillion, that was beautiful.
It was
It
a really nice song.
was amazing.
That was real nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, shut up.
Another shot.
I pour another shot and a thimble for Tiny.
Salazar, I have one question.
Sure.
Why are you so iffy about the eggs?
Why am I so iffy about the eggs? You know what, Lilith? If I'm really drunk, I'll tell you later on. But
I pour another shot for Sal.
What's Sal's constitution?
I cast detect thoughts.
What's wrong with the egg?
Nothing's wrong. I didn't specifically say nothing's wrong with the eggs.
Nothing is wrong with the eggs. The eggs are fine.
Nothing is technically wrong with them as such. It's just more let's just say they were locally sourced.
No, I'm gonna cast detect thoughts, and I'm just gonna look at him, and I'm gonna go, eggs.
While this conversation is happening,
So
and
I think
Ash is doing that, I will look at Tiny, who is seemingly the only person not involved in this conversation, and I will say, listen, I've bitten a lot in my time, so I don't really care. And that's just all. I've bitten a lot in my time. And so I don't really care. And I will just watch this chaos unfold.
Yeah, I think what just happens is Lilith is halfway through a drink, and then the mouth opens and just falls out. Oh no! Pavilion!
Excellent. And I think from there we'll fade to black the rest of the evening's adventures. I'm going to push you into the next day though, as we move towards wrapping up for the evening. Yeah. You have a wonderful, awesome night celebrating Tiny Wing's existence.
So
unless Tiny Wing, because it is the celebration of Tiny Wing's existence, would like to do something. And I feel like everyone would encourage Tiny Wing to make some kind of speech before the night wraps up.
Speech,
Shots, speech.
shots.
Second monkey.
Well, I've never really had friends before, so thank you for being my friends and celebrating my birthday and actually telling me what the heck a birthday is. And I hope that maybe we get to do some more of these together, not just for me, but for everyone, so that I can take part in that too. Thank you.
Maybe in like a week from now.
Mm.
Excellent. And with that, the night continues on as many birthday celebrations to do. Perhaps some conversation, perhaps some things that may be regretted at later times. But for now, we will have everyone awaken the next morning.
I would just like to say, after Tiny Wing brought up the bat thing, I'd be casting the dome closer to everyone.
Okay.
And since Salazar knows what the dome is, I'm not telling anyone else what the dome is, but if he wants to, I'm not going to stop him.
Sure.
Vermilion gets up in the middle of the night to go take a leak and just smacks into a dog. Okay.
Pisses on it.
Oh, no.
All right. The next morning, maybe there's some leftover cake for breakfast. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Maybe there's some eggs to fry up.
Maybe. Vermilion.
Hey, I got a dozen fresh eggs this morning.
Oh no. There goes all of your wild shapes for like the next X amount of time.
Oh no, I can lay truly so many eggs per wild shape.
Like a machine gun.
Listen. I did work this out mechanically ahead of time. Not the chicken thing, that was purely spontaneous, but the wild shape thing. And 2 per
You got
short
8
rest.
hours.
2 per short rest, which means I can probably get at least 8 hours of a wild shape out of an adventuring day. Which means me pulling the cart. I could definitely turn to a chicken and then pull the cart for the rest of the day.
And what?
Which today I will do it as a giant bighorn ram.
Okay, fucking excellent. That's exactly the question I wanted answered. Thank you.
You're welcome.
As over probably the later morning, you all continue, and Salazlo, your kind of knowledge of the areas close to and around the Feybog has come in useful here, as well as the map from Velkior. So you've been able to correct a few things that perhaps weren't quite right or didn't match your recollection. And at this point, you'll be heading kind of north towards the Feybog itself, off of the main roads that continue westward, out towards the Midlands and the broader areas of Sonder. So heading in towards the Feybog. As you do, you find yourself on a fairly narrow, well, it's damp, as though it's kind of been raining here recently, as it has been in spots kind of around you over the last few days. Road leading into what looks like a very small village, like a hamlet, is what you kind of see ahead. And on this road, or beside this road rather, you see hanging from a tree what looks to be an iron gibbet with a body in it. And this is what seems to be... Whoa, quiet.
Wow.
I know,
Wow.
right? All of a sudden I could just hear myself. That was super creepy. It appears to be a man's body. The strangest thing that you notice in between the bars of this cage hanging above you is that there appears to be a wolf's head has been placed on this man's body as he swings in the wind and a flutter of leaves moves past this cage. And in the distance, you hear the howling of wolves. And it's as though the clouds cover the sky, and for a moment everything becomes just that little bit darker. And we'll leave it there for this
Sorry,
evening.
did we just enter fucking Barovia?
Boo.
Take one
I can't
look.
play in 2 Stride campaigns at once.
Take one look at that and just be like, bad.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Malia leans over and just spanks another animal.
Marvelous. Hey, thank you all for another wonderful session of the Sword of the Skulls.
Hey, no, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
For anyone who is new here, that's Promethean. There's a 0 in it.
Sometimes a one.
Except for today, because he
Prolifically
forgot how
casual.
to stream him.
He's a prolifically casual gamer and occasional DM on this channel, The Lawrites. You can also find him on Hexes and Vexes and Radiant Shadows.
He also beat the Carnifex 2 times.
Yeah, fucking hell.
3 times.
He's also in Castleton, which returns in early November.
Yeah.
November? Next month? I don't know.
At some point in time.
Post PAX, so yeah, probably November.
Also at PAX. Also exists as a human. That's does this occasionally. Hey, Ham.
Well, no, absolutely not. I'm taking the reins back. Hey, because what we're going to do real quick, we're going to go around and ask for everyone's favorite moments from this evening's session. My favorite moment from this evening's session.
You let me know that.
No, and I did so specifically because my favorite moment is how I had to do fuck all the entire night. It was great. I was just sitting here watching you all do stuff, and that was super fun to do. I think we had some and I did there's a little part of me that was worried about it just becoming like a long rest-a-palooza for a bit, but it was so entertaining just to watch you all have new conversations riffing off. It's clearly something had annoyed you and you're like, no, I'm going to do this now. And it was super fun to watch, and thank you all for doing that.
There is a very wonderful thing as a GM to be able to just sit there and watch the players do the role play stuff and not have to direct anything and just be like, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
this is great.
It was super cool. Jeannie, was there anything that was your little favorite little bit from this eve?
Couple, I think. Malia slapping the hog ass to get it going was a standout.
Oink.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but I'll leave it at that one because I'll give everyone else a chance to say other things
It's
too.
gonna haunt me for life.
Marvelous. Emily.
No.
Whoa.
No, there's no specific moment I can draw on, and it's purely like in a non-cop-out way. And I assume that Promethean immediately after is going to be like, okay, but that was a cop-out. Is that seeing everyone actually just like have moments with each other was really cool. And it like whether it be banding together to wish Tiny Wing a happy birthday, or to just like do a very minute thing that turned into a bigger conversation. Like a lot of that was my favorite part tonight. It's just like we haven't had those moments to have those conversations yet. So I think like those moments were fun to watch.
Agreed. I'm
In
not
general.
going to say it's a cop out because it truly was. It was a nice little fun time. Saz.
Oh, I had a couple, but the biggest one for me is how quick everyone has started to take Tiny Wing's size into consideration when they describe little group scenes. Like I do this for everybody, but I do this specifically for Tiny because she's so small, so she can't do it that way. She's got to do it another way. It's actually really cool to see. Actually, and yeah, we normally wouldn't have moments like that. Like, how many episodes we've been doing this for since we jumped in? So yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. I love that. Oh. NBC,
Also, no
yes.
you.
What? How dare you?
Yeah.
NBC.
I liked Sal v Lilith under the dome. That whole interaction was just...
It was pretty good. Yeah.
2 mages enter, 1 mage leaves.
But also Lilith absolutely being like, fuck all the Fae. Like, no. I will kill all of you the second it looks like I need to.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Doesn't just apply to the Fae. Party's in my sights. I'm pretty sure I could take all of you.
Wow.
Game
Bet.
on.
Good luck.
Sal, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty it's weird that we've all just gone, yeah, Sal's just an old man.
Sal's frail. Sal's not
Sal's
old.
20.
That's also
Which is
very
weird.
funny.
Sal's really fucking young. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because of how age works for elves, Vermilion is likely one of the oldest people.
Correct.
In the party.
And I feel like
100%.
Sal looks the most like cut of all of you.
Yeah.
Disagree. We will have a vicious V-off between Vermilion and
Wow.
Sal.
Very good. Ash.
Excellent.
I think like again, a lot of favorite moments. I really love the way that kind of like now that we've left the orphanage, it's almost like the fucking weight of the desperation of the place has gone and we're gelling together more as a group. But I think my favorite moment was aside from the horrifying I'm turning into a chicken, maintaining eye contact and shitting out an egg, was the conversation that we had about magic. Like, and where we all have, because we're 5 different classes that use, 4 different classes that use magic, 1 that uses psychic shit. But we all have, different origins to our powers, and it was really cool to have that discussion. But also, jump scaring Promethean with sending to Penelope oral.
Yeah, it was hot. Look, I never don't enjoy Penelope existing, so
I've been playing it since session 2.
Also,
nice.
Penelope
When you threw me
being
in jail.
canonically hot.
Correct.
Yeah. Like she is. She's
These
straight.
ends don't lie.
That's
She's
right.
paladin.
Ham.
Aladdin.
I mean, again, like that, it was just all of the character stuff, like actually getting that little bit of breathing room to go, cool, awesome. Everyone has their little moments with each other, that opportunity to kind of step out from, we're pushing towards, we've got to smash dolls, we've got to do this thing, to just kind of go, cool, deep breath, have those awesome little character moments, start to sort of fill out the relationships across the group, see what that looks like. And then the fun part for me is like, how is this going to impact down the road? or how are these relationships then going to kind of like develop moving forward, change, morph, whatever.
Marvelous. Well, with that, I think we'll do some little outros whilst I hunt around for a raid target then.
I think you're actually going to outro all of us, since we all outroed each other. I think it's your turn to outro all of us.
Yeah, I feel like you need to definitely.
I think that's fair. Because we could just very easly raid Let's Roll the Dragon.
We could, and we probably will. But no, you're right. Okay, I can do that.
Quick speed run.
Starting with Ham the DM, who's playing Salazlo in this campaign. Ham also DMs the Radiant Shadows campaign for Meeples and Dragons. He's a wise and ancient being, so you may have to type louder to get his attention.
Are you reading your prompts?
Hi. Next up is Ash Makes Prompts and or Stuff.
I'm happy to outro myself, please.
I'm gonna keep writing no until the outros disappear.
Look, if you can't outro us,
if you can't off the cuff outro us, then just let us do it ourselves.
Do it yourself.
How dare you? You know us and apparently adore us.
You can find me at Ash Makes Stuff on all the social medias or here on Twitch at Ash Makes Prop. And maybe one day my internet will be good enough that I can stream again. You can also find me over at Split the Party TV, where I am playing another cleric in another campaign, Calestis, Death Cleric in Curse of Strahd, DM'd by Briefcase Brown, who is a wonderful person. You can also find me over on Ko-Fi, where I have a shop where I sell Baldur's Gate 3 Netherstone replicas. Don't tell Larian Studios, they are not officially approved by them. And I don't want to get sued. Jeannie, you laughed. You're next.
Whoa.
Outro yourself.
Hi, I'm Jeannie. It's me. I write stuff, which I don't publish yet because I have actually. Oh yeah, I've changed my idea for a book at the moment. Sorry, NVC, we're going with a different one right now. Sorry, you're gonna have to. I'll talk to you about that later.
As your editor, I know I'm
As
gonna have
my
to read
editor,
it.
I need to tell you about this new book idea that I've got.
This is a real conversation between Kaori and Vermilion.
Correct. As your editor, I'd advise.
I also stream games, mainly like horror survival games, but any game. I will be starting Final Fantasy 15 soon, hopefully. Over on my Twitch, which is xgenie with 2 E's at the end and then an X. And yeah, I just hit affiliate like 16 days ago and haven't had a chance to actually stream to celebrate that yet. So I will probably be doing that either tomorrow night or the night after. I also am really excited for PAX and excited to hang out with all these amazing people there in person. And also I have decided in 20 days to make from scratch my own Shadowheart cosplay. So if anybody would like to help me with that, I did actually start up with Ko-Fi as well. So I will share that on Twitter and stuff too.
And
but
we will share that also on the socials.
Please help me because just making a cosplay is hard. And I haven't done it in like 6 years. So it's fine. We're going to have a lot of hot glue. That's me.
Excellent. All right. Speaking of hot glue, I think MVCDM's next for the outro then.
Hey, I'm NVCDM. You can find me on social media at that NVCDM. I'm here playing Vermilion. I'm elsewhere playing other stuff. I lay eggs. Thanks.
Good.
You? Okay.
What?
What is that you're next, please, Emily?
Aside from being a disappointment, my name is Emily. I am here. I am an occasional GM, First Master, and producer over on the Hexes and Vexes channel. Hey, if you like Halloween and you like horror tropes, tune in Law Rights exclusive on the 31st of October. As we play Dead Channel 2002 for the first time on DVD, featuring Promethean, Ash, NVCDM, and Jeannie, as we rediscover what happens 20 years after a bunch of people get blown up by MVCDM. You know, in a camp counselor setting. It's going to be great. Happy fucking Halloween, Saz.
Oh, hi. I love Halloween. Oh,
Spooky.
it is. It's very spooky. I'm Saz or Saz Meeple. You can find me mostly on Threads these days or everywhere that you see Meeples and Dragons because I am their resident Dice Goblin and Twitch producer. when I'm not doing that stuff, I am playing video games on the internet occasionally when I remember to load up OBS and actually fucking stream it. That's me.
Fucking amazing. Hey, we're not going to raid Let's Roll for Dragons, which we've done quite often. We're in fact going to raid one of Ash's...
Did you forget Ham?
Did Ham do his outro?
I gave Ham his outro. Ham, would you like to do your own
gave
outro?
Ham truly the worst outro.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
a
the
bad
best
outro.
Hey,
outro.
Hamish, take us home, baby girl.
Yeah, do it.
I want Promethean. I want Promethean.
Promethean.
I want Promethean to. I want you, buddy.
Actually
I want you
put
to
some effort
outro me.
into
I
it.
want you to
Promethean.
outro me really good.
Okay, hey.
Like,
Hi,
come on.
I'm Ham, the DM. I'm one of the sexiest motherfuckers you'll ever meet, and I'm the DM for the Meeples and Dragons Radiant Shadows campaign, which you'll be able to see live on stage at PAX. Oh!
That was kind of hot.
That was hot.
Can I get a?
I can never do my own outro ever again now.
I think Emily and Jeannie just simultaneously had like an
No, stop.
aneurysm. Like
No,
they
stop.
just
That's
Like, their
something.
brains
They
just
had
stopped.
something.
Hey,
Hey, MVC, can I get a?
all right, we are going to raid one of Ash's sexy little gay pirates. We're going to go raid Andy SPG, who's streaming.
yay!
And
Love
fucking
Andy, he's
have a
great.
fun time doing that. Say goodbye, everybody. Good night.
Goodbye,
We love
everybody.
you.
Everybody.
Thanks for
Everybody.
hanging out and watching us do dumb stuff on the internet.
Mhm.
We have,
Except it wasn't actually dumb.
we love it. No, it wasn't. It was amazing.
Also,
was
hey,
good.
tune in next week for another special birthday celebration of Sword of the Skulls.
Next week,
motherfuckers.
another game
Next Sunday.
of this
I
very
know.
campaign.
2 in 1 month. How
what?
crazy!
All right, goodbye.
It's almost like